Good evening, everybody. Welcome back. This is Callisto 6. I am Eric Campbell, your GM, and these are all my fabulous superheroes. Hi, superpunks and superheroes. How y'all doing?
Yay, we're superheroes.
Good? You doing all right?
Yeah.
All right. So real quick, we're just going to go ahead and jump into a few things, some housekeeping. Letting everybody know that starting July 12th through the 2nd, we are taking a mid-season break. So Callisto 6 is going to be gone for about 4 weeks while we go to conventions and see the world and say hi to everybody and do all that cool stuff. So it's going to be like a quick deep breath before we get into the heavy stuff of the second half of the season. So we will be back on August 9th. So sorry that we're going to be jumping down the rabbit hole for a bit, but we will be back and we will be bringing more Callisto 6 to you, and it'll be good and all will be well with the world. Now...
Wait, which is true? The heavy stuff part or the all is well with the world stuff? Make up your mind, GM. I'm very scared.
Don't ask me to make up my mind. I have no idea. I have to wait until y'all make a bad die roll, and then I make up my mind.
Campbellverse is defined by the constant superposition of both of them simultaneously.
True.
Yeah. Yes.
Jerk.
So, Gen Con, I can confirm myself. I will definitely be at Gen Con. I can now confirm that I'm going to be headed there. I'll be there the whole damn time. So we got Amy Dallin, we got one Aki, and we got one Bonnie Gordon.
And a Xander.
Yay!
Xander Genre, Library Bards.
I don't know him.
Oh, yeah, me neither. He owes me money. We're going to be doing 4 shows at Gen Con as the Library Bards. So,
Slackers.
yeah.
4 shows.
What?
Wow.
Yeah, with Dungeon Masters. So look that up. The schedule's out now. Tickets are available. You can go on and grab them. And yeah, we're doing a show Thursday at 4, Friday at 4, Saturday at 4, and Sunday at 2.
All right.
You got this.
We might have some information coming for, actually, we may have already posted it, but information about Comic-Con, so stay tuned on that. Yeah, let's see. Do I have any other notes, any other record keeping that we must do before we jump into tonight's episode? I think for the most part, our announcements have been real thin this season. Have you noticed that?
Yes.
It's been a thin, and we not much to announce this season. We're eager to start playing is what it is.
Yeah, I will say this.
Will you now?
It's very last minute, but I think tickets are still available for GakuCon, which is a cruise to the Bahamas that
That
deports-
Fletcher? Did you were going to say Fletcher?
No, I was about to say that flies out, but that would make no sense. A flying cruise ship. July 12th out of Miami. If any of you guys want to still go, it's a bard cruise. We're
yes.
library bards. So you can still get tickets.
What dates are that?
July 12th, and then I think it departs on the 13th.
You're coming back from the UK and going immediately to a cruise?
Yeah.
Slacker.
It's all work, y'all. It's all work.
Slacker.
Just juggling the 9 other jobs I have. And also, yeah, Xander and I will not be at SDCC because...
You're not going to be at Comic-Con?
No, we're not going to be at Comic-Con.
Well, then screw it. I'm not going.
That's what
There's no
most people
point.
have said.
Let's boycott Comic-Con.
yeah.
No, don't.
Don't do that. Don't
We'll
do
miss
that.
you, but also have fun.
Yeah.
I will. I've never been on one. You'll see me by the pool, the pina colada, going all about that space, about that space. Like I'll be singing. I'll be singing the bard songs from the pool.
Yes.
Okay. Well, if anybody
Sorry.
else, unless anybody else wants to brag about the geek paradise that they're going to go on leaving us all behind.
I'm saying it so people can get tickets because there's still tickets for it. It's a gaming cruise, esports and D&D and okay.
That does
Yes.
sound really fun.
Cute little sea urchin in the front row.
I'm already at Geek Paradise. I'm with you, and I'm excited.
So sweet.
And with that, let's jump into tonight's death-defying episode of Callisto 6.
Wait, death? What?
Why do you like this?
with the forecast. Synapse Once an ally to the Callisto Six, has reappeared backed by the team's arch-nemesis, Dr. Jerome Blair. Entering into the fray are two supervillains the team has never before encountered, displaying incredible power and resilience. The Callisto Six engage in their first team versus team fight and manage to subdue two of their opponents, but not before Synapse manages to escape, leaving confusion in his wake. Now with the battle at an end, the team must decide how to deal with Dr. Blair and his minion before they regain consciousness. A decision which threatens to take the Callisto Six down a dark road they hoped they would never have to travel. I'm Hakeem Sophia. Rest easy, Los Angeles.
And you're back. And I'm back. And we're back. Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Welcome
Sweet
back.
baby got that.
Hello.
What's that? Oh, we're a little punchy today. That's kind of the order. That's how every
It's
episode.
very different from normal, yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say this season's been a very punchy season, mostly because it's been literally punchy, and also because we've been doing some heavy shit in this season.
I feel like we're all like exhausted too, so whenever we come here, it's just like giddy and fun, and everyone's happy. And
That's not the way it is, Bonnie.
well, I mean,
It's much better.
I was slightly emotional recently. You know,
You haven't noticed Eric is also in rare form today.
Yes, it's true.
We
We left off. So the Callisto Six, we left them at a very serious moment. So we got to jump back into that because the last time we were with our heroes was not happy fun times. In fact, if I remember correctly, there was a serious conversation that had just erupted between the crew regarding the supervillain Dr. Jerome Blair, who you had just taken out. You'd just taken him and his supervillain team that showed up on the spot to presumably nab Dr. Patel or Dr. Patel's device, or for whatever reason their motivation for being there. You managed to soundly beat them. Though at cost, you definitely were given a run for your money. This is the first time you've stood against multiple supers coming at you at the same time. Thankfully, though, they were not prepared for A, to see you guys ever again, and B, they were certainly not ready for the smackdown y'all were capable of delivering since your trip to the moon. The world has, or will at least come to know, that y'all have progressed in your abilities of late. Made very apparent by the fact that Jerome probably assumed that even though there was only 4 of him and 6 to y'all, this was going to be a pretty easy fight, and that was not correct. He is now lying unconscious in a van. Don't say down by the river. Don't say down by the river, Eric. Okay, good. He is now lying.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna say that. But glad you pointed that out for us.
He is now laying unconscious in a van, and he's very dangerous to approach because you remember correctly, Dr. Jerome, he exudes toxin and poisons. He is a very dangerous person to even be in the vicinity of. Luma learned that to some cost the first time y'all had an encounter with him.
Yeah, don't touch him.
And it has only gotten worse since apparently this will be the 3rd time you've had to fight this bastard. The second time was, of course, in the skies over Los Angeles when you were trying to prevent him from escaping.
We fight better when we're not in the skies.
Yeah, apparently this ended pretty well, and they also added bonus that you weren't in an enclosed space with a dude who does area of effect attacks with toxins. So the fight did not go in Jerome's favor this time at all, and Hops managed to get in some satisfaction by zapping the shit out of him multiple times.
Not enough satisfaction.
The other big news to report about this last encounter, of course, was not just the appearance of 2 new supers who you've never seen before, but the reemergence and reappearance of Synapse, who the last you saw was just running off in a direction. Of course, Synapse, being a speedster, one of the side effects of his infusion of the Callisto energy is that Synapse has a difficulty remembering things, particularly after he uses his power. However, upon the reappearance of Synapse, it would appear that he is familiar with all of you, but doesn't know how he knows you. And also appears to be working for Jerome. The device that was given and put in Synapse, it was implanted, am I correct? It was an activation?
No.
Just remind me about
As
that.
I recall, it was external.
That's right. You gave him something to wear that kind of fixed, that attached to the back of his
Yeah,
head.
because I was worried that if it got infected on an implant, he might forget the
Right. Yeah, that's something that Lacey has an aversion to anyway, I believe, because of... yeah, because the brain, you know?
Surface piercings are hard.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So, However, that device was not functioning, and Synapse seems to be operating in a very erratic manner. When you first encountered Synapse, he was somebody who was uncertain about his own identity and where he came from, but one thing you could depend on was that he was a good man. Just trying to do the right thing, as was evidenced by the fact that he tried to help you all save the people on that train. His reintroduction into the scene, however, began with him trying to take Hops' head off at blinding speed.
It's okay.
He also managed to get away with Dr. Patel, only to have time reversed by one Oya, who's also exhibiting an extraordinary level of power that y'all have not seen before. We're picking up tonight
We can't remember it.
in what is a chaotic scene of two people unconscious on the ground, everyone kind of heaving and catching their breath from the fight. Cass, this woman who's down and out right now, whoever she is, was the first person that you can imagine ever being able to stand toe-to-toe with you, at least for that long. And the Scraps Machine Shop, which is behind you, this big peeled painted metal building with two open garage doors, and people who were watching this whole thing happen cowering behind their workstations, looking up over the metal chunks and pieces of scrap that they had collected to refine. Everyone has quietly watched this entire fight unfold. There is a dropship, of course, also parked in this large open enclosed, I should say this enclosed parking spot.
Whoops.
There is also a black van that has blocked, thanks to Lacey, has completely blocked the entrance and exit for cars to be coming and going out of here. Two of the villains escaped. Synapse and Blob Guy, whose name
Jelly
you didn't
Baby.
get.
Oh my gosh, I love him so
named
much.
Jelly
We have
Baby.
to make him our side.
Jelly baby.
I appreciate that you all have loved and adopted that name. I appreciate you. Thank you. It was one of my dumb little things while I was sitting here watching you all be awesome. I was like,
And that brings us to the last part of the the recap here is, of course, you have somebody new with you right now. Somebody who is also exhibiting the abilities of the Callisto energy source. And we are picking up tonight's episode where we left off as y'all are catching your breath and taking stock of what's just happened. A big debate about what's going on. As we wrap up the scene before we cut to the next one, we have to decide, what is the Callisto 6 going to do? This man is dangerous. He's escaped at least twice now. And he seems to be growing more powerful. And now he's recruited others.
Look, I don't want him to hurt anyone ever again, but I've been down a road like this, and once you start hurting people, you can't take that back. So we need some plan.
Right now, what we need is information.
And to get him off the street. He's leaking poison everywhere. How do we get close to him?
Is there some way we can, like, I don't know, Lacey, can you do some, like, force field thing? Like, with the ship or something?
I walk over, pick him up.
Remember, Lacey being fused into the body of Honey Baby. The machine just... You walk over. Lacey, in this form, you are aware of the toxins. They are harmlessly passing over the metal skin of your body as you approach. Honey Baby instinctively runs a scan on his life signs and detects that he is unconscious, and has been is exhibiting signs of someone who has been repeatedly shocked over and over with electricity.
Whoops.
Also displaying increased muscle density and bone density. This isn't entirely off what you have seen from the medical work you've done at Blue Dolphin Base. People who've been infused with the Callisto energy source tend to become tougher than normal people.
Almost everyone.
So as you approach, you do a quick scan on him, and yes, his entire body, his blood is not registering as the typical made up of water hemoglobin. It is registering all sorts of chemical and toxic fluids running through his veins. somehow supporting his body.
Ooh, what the medicine?
What's the physiology?
He is a total contradiction of all known medical science. This dude should be dead 10 times over just for existing.
Okay, so it doesn't. We aren't hurting him, and it doesn't work to give him over to the city of LA.
I do want to give you guys a role-playing bit here. As Lacey is talking to you, it sounds digitized. It does not sound like Lacey speaking through the comm of Honey Baby like they do when they were inside Honey Baby. Instead, it sounds machine. It sounds a little bit louder, a little more articulated, and has that sort of that humming sensation to it as a machine that is basically exuding vibrations and sounds into articulation.
And Lacey's body's just not there.
Just not there. There is this faint greenish glow that occasionally will flash over Honey Baby's body, almost like a light is being passed over them for a brief moment. So there's like this green circuit-looking gloss on the skin of Honey Baby. If you didn't know any better, it would be like if Lacey had been made out of circuitry and you removed that nervous system and just applied it like a paint job to Honey Baby, giving them this appearance of this like circuit, this neon circuit green glow all over their skin.
Hey, so Lacey, this is new. Are you okay?
What?
Well, you're not there, but you're there, right?
Do I feel my meat body?
Oh my god.
No.
Do you say that out loud?
No, you don't
I
feel.
don't have enough brain space for this right now.
You feel. This is the way you feel when you enter the dark. You're not intrinsically aware of a body. You're just conscious of an environment in a way that you cannot be conscious when you are in your body itself. Instead of being able to feel the air, feel your chest rise and fall, the need to blink, the common everyday things, the beating heart that you do naturally that your body doesn't have to instinctively make sure to do, it just does. Imagine none of that being present and instead simply being aware and active and conscious. And by the way, you also are reading everything in the... You're experiencing life in data reads. You're not feeling temperature, you're seeing the read of the temperature. You're not visually looking at Cass, but you are aware of the ocular data that is coming in through the sensor right now that is actually registering Cass's body. You are experiencing life as a machine right now.
Lacey?
We're supposed to put him away, right? I wormhole out.
Wait! What?
Where is it going?
With the van?
I picked him up.
They grabbed the
Honey
body.
Baby.
Oh, out of... Okay.
Yeah.
Where are you wormholing to?
I can get long distance. I'm gonna start hopping.
To which direction? Just go, and you'll tell me later. Okay.
Can I follow?
How would you follow?
Bolt of lightning. If it's long distance is short distance for me.
We actually do match distances.
Yeah.
You can match distances, but think of it like this. Lacey has just opened a portal and is hopping.
The portal's
So-
actually open. I
What's
have
that?
to. I have to.
You have to close it, that's
Yeah,
right.
so they can go through, and then
Yeah, so you could probably follow then. But if you were trying to predict where Lacey was going to appear, that would be like, there.
Right. But I
So-
can follow through the portal and it would take me
That's what
where
Lacey
you
was
are.
just saying, yeah. So this
I'm
portal...
I'm following. I'm not
this
letting
rip
Lacey
in
alone with
space
Jerome.
opens up in front of all of you. You've seen it before, and as it opens up, you see on the other side a city block somewhere not too far away here in Los Angeles. Somebody on the other side of the street dropping a newspaper, and Lacey steps through holding Jerome.
I'm just running straight.
Hops
Lacey?
leaps through and
Yeah, I can still see through Lacey's eyes.
Yeah,
So I'm bolting out of the drop ship, and
you step down the ramp. So what's just happened, just so you'll know, is Lacey has stepped into this portal and Hops has managed to jump through before it has closed.
narratively, I assume we all tried for it, but Hops is faster.
That's what I imagined.
Lacey isn't fast though. All of you have initiative power shifts relative to Lacey. You have faster reflexes. You probably can.
More importantly, it's totally viable. If Sam is not actively telling me that Lacey is trying to hide where they're going, it's not impossible to follow.
They're not thinking of it.
Yeah.
Well, just let us know whether we would have made it through the portal, because
You wouldn't have made it to the portal.
Okay.
I'm only going to let Hops through, but they are still within distance where y'all can catch up, and you will know where they're going.
What just happened?
That's what I would like to know. What's going on?
Are you okay?
Lacey, please
I'm so
come
sorry.
back.
I'm fine. I can see where they are.
What? You can what?
They did something
thing.
earlier.
Did they touch you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a thing they do?
Sometimes.
Yeah, I can see where they are. I can
Where
take
are
us
they?
there. They're just that way, and she points in the direction.
Let's go. Let's go.
Yeah. Okay.
Should we go on the ship?
But we can't
Oh,
leave
we can't go in the ship.
Dr. Patel behind. And
Oh, no. Okay. Yeah.
What do we do with this one?
When you motion, what do we do with this one? You turn and you all see that Dr. Patel is actually over by her, holding her device and looking down at her, just going like, "What?" And when you motion, she looks up and she says, "Yeah, we can't leave this one here."
we have to somehow get the dropship out of here. Maybe
Okay,
we can
who's
follow
the-
him that way.
Okay.
Pilot. Patel?
Can I carry all of you?
I don't know, can you?
Do you want to try?
I'm immediately picturing those moments you have when
anyone
you're in a
drive?
grocery store and you're trying to carry all the bags at once.
Yeah.
We all weigh less than a space worm.
If we all like hook on, give you a handle?
Okay, everybody, is the van still toxic?
Probably.
Okay, do we have another vehicle?
I would say for another few moments it is, but it is dissipating.
You blew up the other one.
Yeah, there are two halves of a van.
I rearranged it.
There are two halves of a van.
It's sparked joy now.
Well, I don't know. Can anyone regular drive? I guess that's also an option, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Lacey's the only driving queer.
So, Oya, as you slide into the driver's seat,
After the poison is all dissipated.
I'm really. So the thing is Dr. Jerome doesn't have he doesn't have a lingering area of effect.
Okay.
So, the smell of chlorine is still heavily in the air, which kind of like makes your eyes burn a little bit, but it's not
yeah.
toxic.
I'm rolling the windows down.
Yeah, it's already dissipating. But as y'all all pile into this van, the first thing you realize is that Lacey's done an exquisite job getting this thing jammed between the two buildings. And so you're in kind of an Austin Powers situation where
Hold
you
on,
kind of
hold on.
like
Well, give me.
Lift
I
the
didn't
butt.
think this through. I get back out and I lift the van and I rotate it.
Oh.
So that is a difficulty. I'm gonna say that's a difficulty 8.
Ugh, okay, we're
This
doing
is
this.
a quintessential comic book moment.
As you
Can
do
we-
something heroic here.
Can we say it's probably not been 10 minutes, but I probably did like one recovery roll so far?
Yeah, I'm. That's fair.
Are
Yep.
we... Okay, we can do recovery rolls. We're not...
Yes, I'll allow a recovery roll. In fact, for those of you who did not take a recovery roll in combat, you can take 2 recovery rolls right now.
Okay, I think I took...
Oh,
Because
I don't
it's
remind
been-
me how to do a recovery roll. I've never done
So
one. Oh, it's 1d6.
that's correct.
Plus
1d6
4.
Got
4.
plus your tier.
Right. Oh,
And
sweet.
yeah, it's incredibly useful.
So
So we're getting
Definitely
2.
somebody like yourself who's burning pool to use your abilities should definitely know.
hello.
Typically, first recovery roll. Typically,
Yeah,
you can only
but
do a recovery roll once. You do one action, then you can do one every 10. Then you can do one in 10 minutes.
And then we can put it wherever we need it,
The
right?
next is an hour, and then it's 10 hours. Yes, you can distribute it however you want.
All right, I'm doing.
All right.
Oh, I got a 1 on the second one.
Bummer. So 5 total.
But I got 9 on the first one. So 14 points back in. That's going to be real helpful.
Yeah.
Thank you for ruling that this was 10 minutes.
No, it's you can do one recovery roll as an action, and then you can do another one. But when you do your second one, you can't do another one for 10 minutes.
We were chilling
okay.
in the
Yeah.
parking lot.
Great.
This was like our chill time.
Yeah, we were debating about whether we were going to be jailers. I'm not here.
I feel recovered.
Yeah,
Feel good.
yeah. It's all good. We're fine. Okay.
So it's technically like 6 minutes of downtime, but that's fine.
Sure.
It's fine.
Thank you.
14.
Yeah,
10
but I'm
into
really
that.
fast, so I was recovering really fast.
Yeah, you got a
No,
pretty good
I got
metabolism.
It's a narratively convenient
I
amount.
want a pizza.
All right.
All right. Sorry. Difficulty 8.
Yep.
Strength task, I assume.
Oh yeah.
Difficulty 5. And then 2 free levels of effort out of might.
Difficulty
3.
pretty
And a 3rd level of effort now that I've got a pool again.
Let's bring it down to difficulty 2.
And a 4th level of effort because
Difficulty 1.
thanks for making us tier 4.
I wanted to see it.
That's not the die I want to roll at all. Thank you. So as I'm like, all right, where do I put my hands on? I don't want to break it, but everybody out first just in case I drop it. I'm not going to drop it, but you know, your seatbelts. 19.
Wow.
So Cass, you're like trying to I don't know how to. Fuck it. And you just lean down with one hand, pick this thing up, and walk it. The front hop. You guys watch as Cass just kind of like reverse grabs this van by the bumper, just picks it up, and you hear the tires squeaking a little bit on the ground as it pivots, facing outward through the driveway, and you just put it
Okay.
down.
Now, who can drive?
I'll drive. That was awesome.
Was
The moon it's a lot.
I'm sorry. The what?
Oh man. Long story, but also thank you for being here. I'm so sorry this is happening. I'm so glad that you know where Lacey is, and thank you for coming with
Sorry,
us.
I have to interrupt. You guys need to get going. What do you want me to do?
Maybe.
Can you keep her under? Is that okay to do to a person?
You hear Sal go,
I can keep her under.
But like in a safe with science, maybe.
Science.
I know.
What did he name the other one?
Math.
you see Moonlight
Reason.
just pat Sal's huge thick arm and just goes, and he goes,
Not science.
Maybe not this time. Moonlight, can you keep them safe while we're gone?
Moonlight, yes. I'll stay here, and if she gets up, we'll deal with it.
Science.
Okay, so the rest of us should go. Let's try to catch up with them.
Yeah, Lacey might have
Moonlight pauses
popped a
and goes,
couple of times by now.
by the way, it might be important to finally tell you that I can fly this thing. She's
Moonlight.
No one's asked, but I thought I should tell you. I'm actually pilot graded on every military craft that Pyramid Star uses.
That's so cool.
Moonlight. Wow.
Really good to know.
Wow. Okay, that's really
She
good.
shrugs and just says, sorry, I just never thought to bring it up. No one ever asked. And Lacey was doing it so well.
Of course.
Well, do we want to take the dropship then?
But then who'll watch out for Dr. Patel if Snaps comes back?
Well, why don't we take her with us? I mean,
could.
if she needs to be protected, then
We have 2 vehicles. We could bring
Everyone
both.
on board, including whoever you are.
well, why don't we put her on the most secure vehicle we have, which would probably be the dropship, with Moonlight and Sal. They can take care of her. Patel can come with us, where we can keep her safe. Makes sense to me.
That's a good plan. Also, I feel like we owe you a lot of questions, so if you ride in the van with us, you can play 21 questions. We'll answer anything you need to know.
Great.
You've been such a I mean, you just hung with us despite a lot of wild stuff.
I feel the need to let you know that apparently I am
They're super. Like y'all.
I don't know about like y'all because y'all are something else. But
Powers have manifested at least once in the past 3 hours.
Whoa, what did you do? Did you do something cool?
Was it that
I-
friend thing?
I made what's his name? Synapse believe that we were friends.
Oh.
I mean, it doesn't seem like it was a particularly difficult thing to do considering that he can't even remember that he was friends with y'all, but so I don't know if it was actual power of just a really good liar, which is not something I'm particularly comfortable with since I don't know. The idea that I could potentially manipulate someone with my words is a little bit scary.
Huh.
I don't know how I feel about it.
I mean, I think all of our powers are kind of scary if you think about it. Lying or being able to manipulate. How is that different from changing how you look or changing the flow of time or lifting really crazy heavy things or moving like lightning or turning yourself into digital
The problem is in the wrong hands. All of these powers are really dangerous.
Yeah.
You seem like good hands.
Well, I appreciate the vote of confidence, but to be perfectly honest, you don't know me. And I don't know any of you.
Okay, so 21 questions. Let's go.
In the van.
I'm going to rule that at this point you're about 2,000 feet away, Lacey.
That
and
sounds right.
moving fast. Hops.
Making your way downtown?
It's pretty awesome
Walking past.
because you're used to turning into lightning, which is moving at the speed of thought. Lacey's ripping open space. Lacey is literally folding space and punching a hole through it and leaping through that hole.
What the
every
hell,
single
Lacey?
time. And you're essentially following a giant war droid that talks as Lacey, and who is carrying a toxic bomb in their hands through portal after portal after portal. Every time the portal opens into a populated area, Lacey jumps in and does kind of a basketball maneuver where they just shift their weight suddenly to the left like they're trying to dodge, and leaps into another portal before the toxins can hurt anybody. And there's a part of you, it's not, you're not getting dizzy, but there's a part of you that's finding this a little disorienting. If you can imagine every time you blink, when your eyes open again for a brief second, you're in a totally new location. It's kind of like that. So it's a little maddening. And Lacey is essentially just hopping. You're not sure where you're going, but you are barely making it through the portal each time they jump. All of y'all have piled into the van, is that correct?
Yeah, and I bring Aurora with.
Okay. As you move over to Aurora, the moment you touch her, she goes in power, recognizing you.
Yeah.
And as you step back, it goes, moves towards you. And you take a few more steps back and moves towards you again.
Come on, let's go get them.
And Aurora follows you. Just kind of, and then it adjusts when you move, and it adjusts again and follows you all the way up to the van, where you see this ramp go, and Aurora just goes into the van, and
We're gonna get them back.
Yeah.
yep, the pup knows the parent is away.
Yeah.
So question number 1, what the hell? How?
Which, how, what, which, what the hell?
Real quick.
Unfortunately, it needs to be more specific.
Real quick, before we start the 20 question scene, let's set up leaving. So y'all are driving out of the parking lot. The airship is going to be taking off with Moonlight in the pilot seat. Is the woman y'all were leaving behind? She was dragged up onto the airship.
Yeah.
Okay, then in that case, Sal sets her down in front of him and just sits down and looks at her and just stays there, just like.
Small.
And just sits there looking at this unconscious form of this woman who has huge welts starting to appear on the side of her face. She has been hit viciously by a very powerful superhero and is developing what looks like boxer face.
She started it. I'm just saying.
By the way, you too are developing some welts from her hits on you. Not unconscious, not like a swollen eye like she is. But
Just character.
yeah. And the ramp is Patel's with y'all, so she climbs into the back of the truck, in the van, and sits down. She's clutching this metal briefcase around, and she just goes, "Oh man, Jerome, I can't believe he's back." And the van lurches as y'all, and Oya pulls out of the parking lot. Y'all get a fix on Lacey. Again, Lacey is not trying to mask where they're going, but you are noticing it's going to be tricky to keep up with them because as they are, if you're looking at the overlay, the maps, as it were, just of the city, Lacey is appearing in 100 feet increments. So instead of following like, it's literally like Pac-Man, beep, 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 like y'all are trying to track where that's going, and you're having to obey
We gotta
traffic
get you
laws.
some glasses.
Can I say that as an action, I take out my tablet and put like my like GPS like follow beacon or something on my tablet just to like make it easier for them, like send them.
Well, I
out.
can give Oya directions. I can
That's
see.
true.
On
But
your
what if
end-
you don't know where they are?
Yeah, Hops
in an
doesn't.
alley.
Well,
alley.
here's the thing: is Hops wouldn't know. So Hops,
That's
you
true.
can totally pull that out and do
I'm just
that.
like shit.
Yeah.
Lacey, stop this.
Vaguely aware of someone talking to you. You think you're Hops?
Panic.
Lacey,
Panic.
Are
Lacey.
you headed to where I think you're headed? or do you have that?
And let me
Text it.
Roko real quick.
Or do you have?
Yeah.
Or does Lacey have that place in mind? Because we discussed one of the options that you were thinking of
Yeah.
out of game. Okay, so is that where you're going?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So as y'all, okay, so you activate that on the pad. So Hops, it's.
Oh my god.
I mean, imagine trying to like text while you're roller skating. It's kind of the same sort of. Oh god.
Lacey?
Oh god.
Lacey!
It takes you a few minutes, but you get a tracking on, and you manage to connect with the rest of the team. But again, for everybody who's more technologically inclined, it is difficult to track it because Lacey is appearing and disappearing and disappearing and reappearing. However, it's not hard to see that they're moving through the city towards northern Los Angeles. Piling into the truck, y'all are moving in the van now. Just you can hear the roar of the hover ship of your dropship taking off.
I sit in the back seat next to Aurora.
Okay. Aurora, in order to better accommodate, as y'all kind of slide up because everyone's kind of jammed into this van, Aurora just goes and kind of like thins out a little bit. So as you sit down next to her, it's really, Luma, it is really strange not seeing Lacey in Aurora. Really strange.
It's more strange seeing them attached inside of Sweet Baby.
Yeah.
I'm just watching you watch Aurora.
So we have a scene now with y'all in the van because it's going to take you a little while to catch up to Lacey because Lacey does not have to obey traffic laws and y'all do. And overhead, the dropship, Amelia is she to follow you all or is she to head somewhere safe?
What's
Has
dropship,
Amelia been
where's it
ordered
going?
to follow
Oh,
all of you?
Amelia.
going?
No, yeah.
Let's
maybe
follow us at a distance, maybe. Like
Get a bird's eye view?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
for quick extraction if
because
needed.
there's still another possible prisoner on board.
Okay, you see a data stream on everybody's Oculens, and you see that you are connected to Moonlight.
Moonlight being very smart, I assume she's also hooked up some basic restraints just in case prisoner wakes up in the middle of his flight.
She's been seatbelted in, but there's not a restraint on this dropship that
Sal
can
is the
contain somebody
restraint.
who's. But Sal is definitely sitting in front of this unconscious superhero,
Currently
supervillain.
exercising restraint.
Yeah.
What's that like?
All right, so we have a scene in the van now. The hum of the van as y'all are moving through. There's something. It's been a while, Oya, since you've driven a car. There's something. I'll give this piece to you. I imagine for this particular moment, it occurs to you how normal this feels compared to everything that's been happening to you for the past few months. As you're pulling up to a stoplight and you're watching cars from the fly lane come soaring down and landing in the intersection and begin to pull off into the respective lanes. Just the everyday activity of downtown Los Angeles of people crossing the street. You see people on the street corners having coffee. No one seems to be aware that about 5 blocks away there was a battle. No one seems aware that any of this is going on. No one would ever believe that you were in another dimension not too long ago on the moon. The normality of life that is happening around you is a juxtaposition that is a little jarring to everybody who sees it. And the light turns green. And cars begin to move again. Scene is yours.
What the hell? How? I mean, to be more specific, how did this happen to all of you?
I kind of got time shenaniganed and I came back and I infected all of us.
I had something to do with it, too. Patel speaks up. Actually, kind of technically, it's all my fault, really, if you think about it. Luma was the delivery system. I was the one that created the thing to be delivered.
And I think I did the time shenanigans thing.
We're kind of, 3 of us are like the triad of responsibility here.
No. Okay, it's kind of a long story, but
I mean, I think we have time, but for the time being,
there's a real bad entity that laced the world with goo, and some of that goo made us super.
Strong goo.
I can give a quick rundown.
Yeah.
You want to hear it?
Exposition.
A couple of decades ago, an old man who is going to eventually take over the world in terms of technology by the name of Fletcher Krauss discovered what...
I'm sorry, Fletcher Krauss?
Fletcher Krauss, the founder of Pyramid Star Solutions.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh man, all the corporations are bad, but everybody knows that part. But
Yeah.
like more bad than we thought.
He
Also
founded...
clones.
led an excavation team after they discovered an energy source in the mantle of the Earth, where they discovered a mineral that was containing an energy source that was registering off the charts, which they brought back and began to experiment on. And over the next few decades, attempted to manipulate it, and its extraction led to something that we all have come to know as C-Day.
But that's not our fault. We just maybe are full of that same energy, but it's not our fault.
It's not anybody's here's fault. It was them playing with fire. They didn't know what they were messing with, and it caused a contradiction in science and the destruction of an entire city. But,
Burying the lead there, aren't you?
well, I mean, it's not important when you think about what's going to happen next if we don't stop whoever's at work here. C-Day is probably chapter 1. Anyway, the takeaway from all of this is that over the course of time, this Fletcher, after Fletcher died, he passed his business on to his son Kylan, who continued the research and hired a bunch of teams of naive scientists to refine the energy source. And some succeeded and some failed, and one followed a very exciting lead and succeeded, and has regretted it ever since. And it has caused an immense amount of pain and destruction across the city, and could possibly end the world.
You're the only reason we have a chance to fight back.
Maybe. It's also it could also be argued that I unlocked Pandora's box and made it possible for Fletcher to win.
Well, you certainly made it possible for... So, I mean, I watch the news. I've seen the reports of a group of supers. I saw the big press conference that happened. But I was under the impression that this was an isolated thing, and now you're telling me that people anywhere in the city could possibly be developing powers, and I'm one of them.
That's new information. We've discovered that the energy source has saturated the atmosphere, and it's possible that people are being contaminated. And yes,
Empowered.
empowered.
Yeah,
I
it sounds better when you say it like that.
Well, look, I'm going to be honest. I don't know how it's going to manifest in you. I have to be honest with you as a scientist. The Callisto 6 energy source is what they have. I don't know how it's manifesting in you. But if it's like Synapse or one of the other ones that we just fought, then we need to have a longer discussion.
I certainly don't want whatever it is that's happening to me to hurt the other people, hurt the people that I care about.
I know how you feel.
What's mostly worrying me is, are these people going to come after me?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, yes. They absolutely will. Yes. I'm sorry.
I can't allow this to possibly hurt. How do I keep...
That's what we're doing right now, right? Patel looks at everybody. That's what all of this is to make sure that that doesn't happen. That's what all of this is.
I'm sorry, Shion.
I mean, there's no need to apologize for something that you didn't do, but I don't know. It's really rather funny. I came with you because one of the things that I do is I teach people how to calculate risk, to decide what risks are worth taking and which ones are worth ignoring. And
Wish I'd met you like 10 years ago. Sorry, keep going.
it's fine. But the thing is the risk of not knowing was worse than the risk of discovering the truth. And even though now I know, now I have to weigh the risks of going back or figuring out something else. And if it were just me, I wouldn't have a problem, but I have a club full of people who need my protection. I have kids that I definitely don't want to put at any more risk than they already are.
Yeah. It's weird hearing everything from someone else's mouth. I was a kindergarten teacher. I haven't seen them in months.
That's comforting.
Jody, it's my daughter's name. I haven't seen her face to face in a long time now.
Does she even know where you are?
You see Patel look down and said, I don't know. My wife won't tell me. She's also trying to protect the family. The point is, Shion, is we all kind of got duped into this one way or the other, and I think we're all just trying to do the best we can so we can get back some of our lives. And if we can't get it back, then we damn sure make sure nothing happens to it.
I grab the arm of Aurora as if, like, I'm holding its hand, her hand.
So we follow Lacey. We figure out what's to do with this Jerome guy, and then what happens to me?
Well, let's find out what Jerome knows first. Because right now, I need to know what Jerome was here for. Was he here for me? Was he here for you? Was he here for this? And she pats the metal box.
What is that? Do I?
Oh, this.
That's the thing that tells people if they've got powers or not.
Patel sets it down. And she's like, it's kind of a jury-rigged device that I've been working on for a while now, but once y'all disappeared, I kind of made this my focus, and I was able to finish it. It allows me to find out if the Callisto energy source is manifested in another human being. And on occasion, depending if there is a fluctuation, I can detect from about 5 miles the presence of the Callisto energy source.
Let me guess, I have that thing to thank for the fact that you guys showed up at my door.
Yeah. That's right.
Somebody who's got a complicated history with tech.
Oh, you gotta sit down with Hops.
Well, I don't dislike it. I just have parents that are a little bit too deeply focused on it.
You gotta sit down with Hops.
You gotta sit down with Hops.
If we find her.
I can still see what's going on. I'm pretty sure Hops is keeping up.
You can probably hear cops calling it.
Lacey! God damn it!
She doesn't sound happy.
Where are they?
That's a good segue. So
I guess it's up into Topanga State Park, maybe through the valley a little bit.
Look,
and
it takes some
past
time.
Santa Clarita.
It's a few hours before y'all manage to catch up.
Mechanically, this is far stepping.
Yeah.
Or my pool would die.
Yeah.
But it has the same range.
So what I'm going to rule is when y'all arrive, it becomes clear where you're going by about the halfway part once you leave Los Angeles. Oya really sets in as you're turning corners and driving further away from the huge city into the regrown forests of of Los Angeles's northern state forest area. That this is all starting to feel a little familiar, and everyone's able to connect the dots. And about the time y'all pull up to where would have been the perimeter, and open the doors of the van, you find yourselves in the proximity of that old Cassium lab
Oh.
that
Oh.
you first encountered Dr. Jerome at.
Oh boy.
There is also about 300 feet in front of you are the figures of a machine and Hops, unmistakably up ahead. Lacey, something happened during those jumps, time and time again. The rhythmic thrumming of ripping open portals and closing them behind you began to pulsate inside of your head, and it began to sound more and more like the steady hum of information flowing through circuits, just like the. And Hops' voice began to fall away, and you began to feel again that sensation of detachment, that sensation of single-mindedness, of focus. When you arrive at the destination, however, and you come to dropping Jerome to the ground at your side, you begin to you watch Honey Baby. As Honey Baby drops Jerome, Honey Baby does this.
Lacey.
Stay back.
Lacey.
Anomaly detected.
What?
Starts running a scan. Honey Baby begins to self-diagnose.
Lacey, something's not right. You need to unplug something. Like, I don't know. You're sounding funny.
We have to take care of him before he wakes up.
Okay, we'll take care of him. But first, maybe let's take a step back and regroup. And you're not yourself, Lacey. Something's not right.
But I pick him up.
Okay, put him back down. We're gonna take care of Jerome.
When they put them back down, when Jerome hits the ground, you hear a.
I'm gonna give him a little shock.
His body jerks.
Look, it's gonna be okay. I think maybe you just need to. The rest of the team is on their way, all right? I let them know where we're going.
Thank you.
You
Okay.
have, by the way, I'm just going to go ahead and throw a Gem intrusion at you.
Okay.
Do you want to take it?
Yes.
Okay. Gain an XP and give it to whoever you want. Shocking Jerome might have been something you shouldn't have done to keep him unconscious.
Of course.
Because, in fact, it woke him up.
I'm gonna give this to Lacey. Because we just did some portal jumping.
However,
Thinking of Portal.
as he comes to, he just... and as you're saying this to Lacey, both of you turn and look down, and he rolls over onto his back and just throws his arms out to the side and stares up at the sky. And just...
I distant activate Hop's tablet to make sure it's on, and I want to bamf into the facility with Jerome.
You appear right next to him. His eyes slowly look over at you.
I'll have camera on.
Crap, I'm running inside.
So the
No.
Nope. Crap. What?
Don't run inside.
Yeah.
You can
I have
stu- you
camera feed, but I want to keep all of the organic people away.
So right now, the facility, which is I would say about 600 feet from you guys, you still see the fence. You can still see the flat one-story white building that expands out over the landscape, but you don't see any personnel visible in the space that you see.
I'm sorry, I'm going inside. I'm not. He killed me. I'm not letting you alone with him. That's my brain talking. Out of game.
So right now Jerome is flat on his
Lacey
back.
closed the
looking up
portal.
basically.
I'm just gonna go through a door because
So you're gonna head to the facility. It's
Yes.
600 feet away. Okay, so you
Yeah.
start heading in that direction.
that's
Okay.
fast. Yeah.
So Hop starts moving off.
Lacey.
But Lacey is currently standing over Jerome on the ground.
He thinks
In
we're
the
inside.
facility.
Inside.
I'm under the impression everyone is still out front. Is that not
Lacey
correct?
bamfed him.
Oh, you bamfed
inside.
inside the
I wanted
facility?
to try to get, since Jerome is awake
I see. So
and
you
had the
let
potential of
Hops
hurting
behind.
my organic friend.
That's why. Okay.
I wanted to try to create some separation,
catch that.
but allow there to
Okay.
be a communication link by using my camera and Hop's
Okay.
tablet.
So Jerome does not resist when you pick him up in Banff. you rush off to the facility.
Yes!
So just to, even though this doesn't really necessarily
Lacey!
sync up time-wise, just to bring everyone into the scene,
Yeah.
we'll say that y'all are arriving about the moment you see them disappearing into the building.
Oh, you drive
Because
fast.
it's a comic book. You can do that. We can
Also,
improve
time shenanigans on
Time
the car.
Shenanigans!
Lights were
And once we hit that highway,
Once
who the
we
fuck cares
knew.
about,
Yeah.
speed limit?
So,
Once we saw that park.
Lacey, when you enter the facility, it is pitch black in here.
Good.
Total darkness. And you hear Jerome mutter, "What is that smell? You smell that?"
What's the chemical breakdown? I guess the
Yeah, the
gas
chemical breakdown.
chromatography, basically.
You're detecting a few things in the atmosphere: nitrogen, oxygen, the standard stuff. You're not really getting too much of a chemical breakdown of anything unusual, but you are getting that Jerome, the toxicity levels around him have actually decreased. Probably because he's become conscious. He's actually gained control again of his facilities, but for the most part, you don't detect anything in the air that's unusual.
What does it smell like?
Oh, it's yeah, it smells like death. It smells like rotting meat. Are we in? Is this what I think it is?
Yeah, you're really smart, so probably.
Hey, you're glowing. You hear a tung tung as his hand enters your visual acuity and he pats this big machine hand that's holding him.
Hey, ask before touching.
You're one to talk. You want to let me go? He hits the ground. You can see perfectly with your night vision here. It's still a little fuzzy because the absence of light is so intense, but you are picking up all that sort of green overlook you can see perfectly in night. And his eyes are wide open as somebody who can't see anything, but you do see him like check his chest area and feel probably where he knows where he's been burned. And then he straightens his tie, his necktie, and just... And then he does not get up. He just lays on his back and just kind of smooths his tie out and just...
I'm gonna get to work making sure everything is shut down in terms of
So as-
elevator shafts and all that good
As a
stuff.
technopath, you're detecting that all the power systems in this facility have been shut down.
Yes. I would like them to be burnt out.
So you're going to have to feed them power to burn them out? Because there is no power to the facility right now.
Aren't you glad I'm coming inside?
I mean, the power's off.
By the way, the level 5, I have dark vision glasses, so I put those on as I'm running inside trying to find Lacey. That's one of my
those
ciphers that I had.
That's a cipher, so you get to use that for this scene. And then
Yep. They last for 8 hours.
Okay, you slide it on as you open the door. The shaft of light disappears down a hallway where you see two darkened forms. Y'all can see the interior now as the doors to the facility open. By the way, Hops, the gate was chained up and quarantined off. I'm not even going to bother asking Hops to roll to get past the chain link fence. We know you get past the chain link fence, but it's actually not difficult because you just kind of pull it open and are able to slide in between it. This place looks like it's been abandoned because there's no signs of any guards, any personnel staff, and just the grounds leading up to the building look like they haven't been tended to. And walking up to the door, it's not locked. You just swing it open and the shaft of light, and you see the two forms in the back. And Jerome kind of glances and looks down the hallway at you.
I'm going to shut the door so he can't see anything.
Okay, you can close the door.
My glasses, so now I guess he can see the light.
No,
Oh,
you can't see him.
I'm just going to I don't know. I'm sure Lacey knows I'm there
Yes.
because of, obviously.
Because you opened the door and walked in.
And also I have,
Vision is blinded
Well-
for a second, Lacey, as everything just washes out, and then it readjusts as the door closes, and you see Hops.
Also, I can feel your tablet.
well, I'm just
Like,
going
I can probably.
You can also detect
I
with
mean, I
night
can
vision
feel
goggles.
everything everywhere.
Yeah.
It's
I'm just
a lot.
there. I'm
Yeah.
here. I just want you to know. I want Lacey to know that I'm here in case I'm needed. Like,
So here's a familiar place. Walking in here, the air is stale,
yep.
and you do smell the slight scent of like meat gone bad.
It's become a smell that we're actually accustomed to now, and that's not good.
And you approach the two of them.
But slowly.
Okay.
I'm trying to be as quiet as possible.
Okay.
I don't want Jerome to know where I am.
Jerome
I'm
has
gonna
put
go,
his
like,
head
on-
back and he's just laying on the ground with his eyes closed, breathing steadily. So we're gonna go ahead and say that at about this point, y'all have pulled up. You've seen Hops into the building. Everyone has gotten out of the van.
What are they doing?
Dr. Patel looks around and goes, "Oh my God,
Nothing good.
I haven't seen this facility since. It's been a while. Snaps was here, I believe, at one point.
I want a subvocal.
You are in range, yeah.
Lacey?
You hear Luma.
I panicked. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I thought it was a good idea, though. I don't know. I
What is your idea?
No one's here, and we collapsed the whole thing and put him in cryo in the bottom, and only portals get in and out.
Okay. Okay, that's a good idea. That's a good idea. How you doing?
Should have asked you.
No. You don't have to ask permission. Just
Should have asked the group. I'm sorry.
No.
Please tell them I'm sorry.
You don't have to be sorry. We just wanted to know where you were going. And luckily we can, because of Sharon could see where you were going.
Oh. It snaps off.
Well, I got no joy here.
Banhammer.
Lacey, okay?
Camera feed and
I have no idea.
y'all's.
It just
We can see now.
if you want to. It's available as like a.
Hi.
Hey.
Hi, Lacey.
It doesn't actually really show anything right now
pitch
because it's
black.
dark. I
Where
guess
are
night vision.
you? Okay.
Do you want us to come in there and help?
What
can we do?
I didn't want you guys to get hurt because he's poisonous.
That's really good. That's really good. That's really smart.
We need to collapse the elevator shaft after I get him in, and yeah.
Get him in where?
Oh, is that just YouTube? Sorry.
I think you're subbed in now for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, let's open it up.
Now we're.
More communication.
Group
more better.
thread, what's up? I'm actually in
I
the
don't
room
recognize
and
this
still
number.
can't hear what's going on.
and I can't hear it anymore either.
Welcome to my world. Anti-tech unite.
Lacey wants to freeze them.
Just have a competition.
Oh,
That's a really good idea.
Yeah.
they've got freezer tech here. This is like a mad science lab. We busted it full of zombies. We found our friend here, but now I think it's empty and there's freezers down there, like people freeze, but not as creepy as, but also
Cryogenics?
slightly. Yep, those. That's a
People freezers.
good idea. I think,
Yeah, that sounds
at
like
least
a
for
great idea.
now. How do
let's do
we help? Are they okay? Is Hops okay? Is everything okay? I'm sorry, I have a lot of questions.
Yeah, me too. And we didn't even answer like most of your questions.
Unsubvocal, and I just whispered to the group, I'm trying not to overwhelm them.
Right.
Okay.
Resubvocal. Okay, so you can do that, Lacey. What do you need us to do?
We need to burn out and collapse the elevator shafts so people
we do
can't
that?
break in.
Can we do
I
that
can't do
from
that.
outside?
No, I think I need power and strong
Oh! Power?
to burn out the circuits, just in case, because someone could get them running. Although I guess if it's strong, I don't need both. But I want to have both. I don't want any of them. I don't want him to hurt you again.
Okay.
I'm running towards the door.
We've got hops, right? You've got hops in there?
That green glow that you saw over the skin of Honey Baby, you just see this flash like a Cylon's light, just red, just flare across the skin of Honey Baby. And Honey Baby takes a wider stance for a second.
Hey, you need to stay calm because you just came up with an amazing plan and we need to execute it safely and calmly, okay?
Okay.
You've got this.
I want to get him down all the way to the bottom before you guys come in so
Okay.
he can't.
I stop abruptly just short of the door. Right. Oh, okay.
Just to say so.
You can, I guess, see night vision. Kind of trying to get an acknowledge. I'll bamf him down.
So let's see. So this, if I remember correctly, it's 20 floors down.
I can do. I can
do
go into
multiple
one of the
times.
trapped floors. Remember they were trapped floors? That was fun.
Yeah. And you hear him react as Lacey hoists him up and as you reach the bottom floor, which was the testing facility where they cryo slept all of those stolen bodies, the moment you get down there, you do see some flickering lights. They look like emergency lights that have been left on that are kind of going out. This hallway that you enter, which leads into that open area where you first encountered Dr. Jerome Blair, has these strange motes floating through it and this red flickering light from overhead where you're getting kind of flashes of images of this now long abandoned this laboratory hallway. And the moment you all reappear, Jerome goes, "Oh."
Wait, am I coming with you? Oh,
No, it is just the non-organic now.
right. What I was going to do is, I'm obviously I'm gonna have my tablet. I'm gonna run down the stairs and be on the 19th floor, and it'd be like, I'm one floor up if you need me, just to let you know. That
Okay,
way.
even at your speed, that's going to take a few moments.
It's fine. I'm like, I got time.
Okay.
I have nothing.
So you're
dusty.
moving down,
There's
and
no
Jerome
sightseeing
reacts, just puts his hand to his face and goes,
MD? PhD? Both?
I have 2 PhDs.
Why?
Why what?
Could you not get a job with one?
Of course I could. I like to learn. Being a student is one of my favorite things.
What were they in?
Why do you care?
'Cause I want to know if you used to believe in something good.
Oh, I
If you
see.
still do, maybe?
Yeah, I still believe in something good.
What is it?
Family.
Yours?
The family I chose.
Do we know them?
Yeah. You do.
I get down real low.
You let him go?
Yeah.
Okay, when you let him go and the flickering light's giving him enough visual, so he, as you get down low, he also kind of scoots back up against the wall and leans back. And again, after you've let him go, he straightens his button up and tucks what some of it has come out of his dress pants and straightens his tie again. He's just wearing his button-up shirt and his slacks at this point, his coat being gone, and Jerome is a very healthy, handsome-looking man. He looks like somebody you'd pass in a street. There's no indication that this gentleman was ever part of some wicked genetic experiment that led to body theft of thousands, and tried to kill Hops. Very successfully killed Hops.
Just to say.
Evil looks like us.
What do you mean?
Sorry.
Oh, you're thinking this, that?
Yeah.
Oh.
But no, to him, I'm just gonna say that I want you to know that there aren't gonna be reprisals against that family because of you. Families are off limits.
I appreciate that, Lacey. I do. I see what you're trying to do. But you've already beaten one of them into unconsciousness, and another one is now unleashed on the city without my help to guide him.
If we have to stop them, it's because of what they did and not because of what you did.
We're fighting for our lives.
Against what? Whom?
He pulls his knees up and puts his elbows on his knees. Looks like he's sort of resembling a middle schooler at lunch, kind of leans forward and just... Like Synapse, we all have a version of the Callisto energy inside of us, and it is killing us.
I want to help.
Let me go.
No.
Then you're not helping me. Where's
Why?
Anton? I didn't see him up there.
You didn't see me last time we fought. I was in a dropship.
Yeah, but...
I fire up the cryo. Distance activation.
Okay, in the distance, it starts to fire up and he says, yeah, but where Luma is, so are you. Where Hops is, so is Anton.
Why are you trying to agitate me?
Psychology.
Yeah, why?
That was one of my PhDs. I can read you like a catalog.
What was the other one?
Why do you care?
I mean, was it pharmacology, or are you completely out of your depth with all of the things that you were doing to all of these people?
They're not people, they're dead. They were all dead.
They had names.
They had names, but in life, those names applied. In death, they're just pieces of meat. Just like all of us are going to be when we die.
What's the stupid thing you're trying to get me to do right now? You're trying to get me to do a stupid thing, right? What is it?
You're already about to do a stupid thing.
Why? Why is it stupid?
You've
You've tried to kill all of my friends constantly. Why is this not in our interest? Why is this not logical?
If I don't stop you, then my family dies. I need more of the Callisto energy. I need to continue Dr. Patel's work. I didn't know she was still alive until I saw her in that parking lot. Love to have a conversation with her.
There were better ways. If you wanted a conversation, we could have had it.
It's not that simple.
Why not? Why can't it be that simple? Why is everyone trying to hurt each other?
Because Fletcher wants you dead. He wants your bodies. And he's promised us life.
So... you're just gonna flip for whoever can give you C6. Whoever can stabilize you.
Do you know what's happening to Synapse right now? His brain is degenerating. And not in a way that science has seen before. You think I'm the most dangerous thing on your plate right now? Right now, he is out there.
I can't find him.
You'll find him. You'll find him. He's gonna reach a breaking point, and then it'll be impossible to miss him. I can help him.
How? Your PhD's in psychology.
One of them.
And the other one?
Lacey, I wasn't the janitor to this place.
I look it up.
You see he's lying. He's got multiple PhDs. One is in genetics. He's even got a PhD in astrophysics. This guy breaches the barrier of genius. He goes far beyond. This is super villain level Dr. Doom style brilliance. As you're going through his medical file, immediately pulling it up onto the records, Dr. Jerome has 4 PhDs that he's acquired over the course of his life. He's technically 65 years old, even though he looks like he's 35. It looks like he specializes in genetic manipulation, and he has been responsible for some incredible breakthroughs in the medical profession over the past 15 years that he is largely decided to dodge credit for, but can be traced back to him just by doing, like, at the speed of thought as you're linking through all of these computer files. You see that he has been responsible for some pretty incredible advances in the field of cell research and stem cell research, taking it to a new level, and has actually come up with the foundations to help treat some of one of the modern day's more untreatable diseases. He was also a strong proponent of, in his youth, was also a strong proponent of gene editing in children. There are some questionable things on his record that he adamantly believes in the advancement of science at whatever cost.
This is how we get Khan.
So he is a singular individual. Definitely smarter than Kylan. Definitely smarter than any of the schmoes that are currently running the CEOs. I mean, this guy is a true supervillain mastermind.
Are any of the PhDs in psychology?
One of them is. Yep. His first one, before he realized he wanted to go into medicine, to like genetic medicine. He was also
3
part
of the
AV.
C6's parents were our Cassium employees. Did any of them work directly with him?
I'm sorry?
My daddy and both of Anton's parents.
In the same,
I mean, I know he was in the chain, but like, were they ever in a lab?
not directly under him,
Okay,
no.
good.
No.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. That's all. Cool. So now I know he's lying. That's great. That's useful to me, because I wouldn't have found out any other way.
Yeah, he's not telling you everything. So,
Right.
The mind
this is
boggles.
open feed. Oh boy. Are we getting audio or just video?
Yeah.
Both. What?
Yeah.
Both.
I'm pacing outside the door, watching on my tablet, going, God damn it.
And Shion is like just kind of watching the three of you, like.
his head rolls off to the side, and he looks at the
Share me.
doors and says, "You're going to bear me alive down here?"
You know better than that.
Do I?
You know what I'm doing.
I'm guessing you're going to put me in one of those things and leave me here?
Can you argue the logic?
No. No, I can't.
I mean, it'll arrest the C5-related degeneration until there's a better solution than Fletcher.
Fletcher is inevitable, Lacey.
Rage, rage against the dying of the light.
In my own way, that's what I'm doing too.
Shall we?
He stands up and says, "Is this really clearing your conscience?" As he begins to walk towards the door. "I'm guessing this was your alternative to killing me?"
It's more than you deserve.
It's not about whether my conscience is clear.
Then why are you doing it? And he pushes the door open, and inside you see the big flickering lights, and you see him flinch as the smell hits him as he pushes open the door. A lot of these pods, if you remember correctly, were fried and have been taken offline. Some of them are intact. Some of them have glass that are broken in the top, but there are a number of them that are empty that are still functional.
Yeah.
It just needs power. And he steps in and just rubs his hands. Says, "Look at all this real estate. Do I get to choose my own?"
I hope I'll see you again when we can help you.
You won't. The energy source is degenerative. Doesn't matter what biological state my body is in. Synapse was put under because it was believed at the time that that was going to be a humane way for him to die. You can ask Dr. Patel about that. I'm sure she left that out. You are sentencing me to die in my own coffin. I just want to make sure you know that. That's all.
I'm sorry.
Can I give you some advice, Lacey?
Free advice is worth the price. Yes.
He walks up and stares up at you and says, if you really think you're going to have a chance of surviving against Fletcher Krause, you need to probably abandon feeling sorry for your opponents. Start thinking more like this machine you're in. Ding, ding.
Would you say that's what I'm doing today?
I just want to make sure that you know that that's what you're doing today. That when you put me in this thing, I want you to know. I want you to look me in the eyes and I want you to know that you're leaving a piece of yourself in there with me. I want you to know that, Lacey.
He's full of shit, Lacey. He made this choice himself. Whether he dies in there or dies in prison,
I think I'll take
he
this
did
one.
this.
Talking over Luma, unaware that there's a conversation happening, he walks over to one of these, kind of stops, and he starts to force it open. He says, "You want to give me a hand?" You just easily pull this thing open. How are you going to restore power?
I heard that, and I'm just gonna walk through the door. Hello.
The smell of decaying corpses that can fill a warehouse hits your face immediately.
There might be a smell, he said.
It's a punch to the face, Hops. When you walk in, it's, oh.
Oh, God.
He glances down the rows to see you walking in the door. And he just nods and says, are you approaching? Or are you all the way down the hall? Okay,
But I'm still gonna I'm aware of
Okay.
if he starts throwing poison at me.
You're not.
This ain't my first rodeo.
So as you approach, he looks at both of you and says, "Where's Anton, Hops?"
Get in.
And he gets into the pod and leans back.
How long do you have?
Maybe another few months.
We'll work fast.
You'll be
Hope
dead.
you're wrong about everything.
You're all going to be dead. It won't matter.
Don't make me regret putting you in here.
I'm gonna shut it. I think we're about done now.
As it closes on him, he doesn't move. There is an infuriating smile that creeps across his face when the pod closes, and he stares at you, Hops.
Lacey, I heard what he said. Just so you know, this decision is all of ours. This is not yours to bear, all right? Don't let him play his stupid mind games with you.
He couldn't hurt me with those words. He was trying to go for my emotions.
Lacey.
Can you power it up?
Oh. Off sub vocal.
Okay.
Walking away. Walking away. Going back. Going to the van. Grabbing Aurora. Going to the van. Grabbing Aurora.
Okay.
All right, I grab, I guess, the power input.
You see the console and the chords that you are familiar with. You watched with her bare hands as Cass ripped one of these things out of the freaking ground. You move over to it. So you can power this thing up, but in order to maintain its power, you're going to have to activate the facility's energy. You're going to have to turn on the generators. Which you can do, Hops. You can power them up.
Yeah.
But you'll need to basically activate them. Otherwise, you'll turn this thing on, let go, and after about a few minutes, it'll...
If we turn on the generators and fry out everything that's
We'll turn on
non-essential.
one generator. Keep that thing cooling.
I might be able to tinker something for this, actually.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, it's been a while since you used that one, but this is a very good opportunity to use it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
I'd like to tinker a direct connect
To the
between
generator?
the Jenny and
Okay.
between the two.
For that, I'm going to say you don't have to roll for that, do you?
Tinker's just an ability dependent, but it's also fairly weak sauce relative to maybe the ambition of the thing that I'm doing.
So here's what I'm
I
gonna
could
roll.
make a roll if you'd like.
No. Here's what I'm going to roll. So what we'll do is, in order to find the generator that you need, you're going to need essentially, think of it like Hops needs to hold the flashlight for you, kind of deal. So Hops, you can power the power lines essentially.
Yeah, I'm just gonna.
The connective.
Here you go.
And when you make those connections, Lacey, when this facility gets powered, you'll be able to see in your mind the technology of this area and find the generator, which will be enough to make a jury rig to that area because it'll have power. You can have it self-sustain and connect through Hops essentially. Just
I do that.
so the two of you working together, and this machine. As you sink in and begin to work with the software, as it has this recursive programming that has been this thing is normally to maintain all of these cryotubes has a 1,000-year lifespan down here. Hops rebooting it. I'm going to tell you this: in order for this to succeed, I'm going to have this come at some cost.
Okay.
So I'm going to say it'll cost you 4 points.
Okay. Of intellect.
Yeah,
Yep.
out of your pool, which your edge can soak.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And
okay.
Lacey, I'll have
Perfect.
it also your edge can soak it, but it'll cost you 4 points as an ability with cost. And you see this thing act, it turns on. You can now adjust it and engage cryo freeze for this one unit.
Luma, what's the plan for Punchy?
Sorry? Punchy?
Yeah.
Yeah, I come down and do what now exactly?
Oh, sorry. I thought I was calling the other woman that in my head. The one who's citing you.
Sorry. Wait. What?
Punchy and Punchy.
Oh. She's on the dropship.
Okay.
First of all, Doc, was the piece of shit telling the truth
About Synapse?
about him dying in the stupid machine and also about you letting Synapse die? Yeah, I have questions.
I don't know about him in the machine. I would need to examine him. I don't know what his status is.
Why wouldn't freezing him stop that?
Because the energy can't be put in stasis. It can only be contained.
It breaks stupid physics. Can physics break physics? Are we done here? Can we rejoin?
You basically power it up. You want to set this for an indefinite freeze?
Yeah.
Okay. You see ice begin to creep up onto the interior of the glass, and he never loses that smile.
Yeah.
And his head leans back, and you just see.
Lacey, it's done. Okay? He can't hurt us anymore. You need to unplug. You need to get, I don't know, you need to get out of Honey Baby or something. You're not yourself, okay? You're scaring me.
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
Want to get back to the group?
Yes. Okay, let's get back to the group.
Okay.
Let's get back to Luma, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
It's not a problem. Getting through all the way back up to the surface of the building, leaving that dark place stinking of death behind, with Dr. Dr. Jerome Blair frozen in one of his own containment facilities.
I'm sorry he said that to you.
It's okay. He said a lot of things.
I hold out my hand.
You put your hand in the palm of this huge machine.
Lacey, I've already lost one person I love to a bunch of machines, okay? I'm not gonna lose you too, all right? You gotta...
I'm right here.
Okay.
Let's go.
Is Honey Baby, is it sounding the same still? Or
It
is
sounds the same
bleeding
as
low?
it did when you were back in the parking lot. So
Yeah.
Lacey still sounds like a machine. The rest of you watch in silence as the doors to this forbidden, this awful place open as the two of them emerge. And as they step out into the light to approach all of you and reconnect with family, we have to stop and go on break. Yeah. So hold all of those thoughts And we will be back in about 10 minutes, so don't go anywhere. We'll see you in just a sec. Welcome back to Callisto 6, everyone. Let's go ahead and jump back into our game tonight. We left off with you guys imprisoning Dr. Jerome Blair in his own cryostasis fields that he helped manufacture down in the bowels of a Cassium lab that has been abandoned now. A place that smells like death. This place definitely resembled like when this had been discovered. It definitely seems like they shut this place down, closed the doors, walked away.
He made his cryo lab, and now he has to lie in it.
Now he has to lie in it. We're going to pick up with Hops and Lacey having exited the building and approaching the van. So as you all have been listening to... You all have been listening to all of this conversation as it had happened. Emerging from the Cassian facility, you see Hops and Lacey stepping down this beautiful nature park with these huge pines towering over your head, leaving this sterile, bleak-looking facility behind them. They come approaching just at about the time. By the way, by the time you all exit, you can see that Amelia has landed. Mm-hmm. Behind about 200 feet behind the van in the clearing.
Immediately kind of moving Lacey towards Luma, just like kind of.
And I'm waiting, sort of
bouncing.
Bouncing.
I let go of your shoulders in time for
What's that?
I let go of your shoulders.
Yeah.
Because if anyone's gonna get to Lacey,
and you all approach.
Yeah.
And reconnect.
Can you guys?
I'm tagging in. For the record, that guy's full of shit. Okay.
Can I see her?
Yeah, Amelia's right in front of me. Or, not Amelia. Aurora's in front of me. I'm standing behind her. Sort of doing that anxious Vanna White, like, you can,
would you like to buy a towel?
Would you, she's getting a little lonely.
Drop to my knees and I put my head on the cushion of her. My hand room.
Your hands, I mean, almost envelop both sides of the chairs. You just lean down.
Face. If I can, I'd like to
Exit.
recorporealize facts myself.
It's a ghostly data-driven image of Lacey. It just is pulled out of the body suddenly. As Honey Baby leans back, you see Honey Baby jolt like this, and from Honey Baby's body, you see, facing the opposite direction, Lacey emerge from the body of the machine in a ghostly apparition-like state, completely transparent, glowing green like data lines of code. Basically, it's like watching the ghost in the machine being pulled from the machine itself. If you didn't know Lacey was in there, it would look like Honey Baby's soul just stepped out of Honey Baby's chest and is floating down into the chair. Lacey is featureless. You can't make out any eyes or nose or mouth or any. You just see the human form of this creature that is glowing lines of data. And it begins to slowly form almost like a JPEG when it starts to get sharper and sharper and sharper until you can finally start making out pigments and facial features and the stubs of hair and the fingers until finally, Lacey, it's a shock to the system to suddenly be aware of air and to feel wind, smell the pines, the gasp of breath. You are biological once more.
Good, I can do that.
Honey Baby stands up and adjusting.
Can I hug you? Thank you for coming back.
I'm sorry I ran away. I got really embarrassed about halfway through, and then I just kept doing it because I didn't want to turn around and just be.
Oh my gosh.
I can't.
It's okay to panic. We're still mostly human.
I'm a.
No, I didn't mean because of that. I just meant because of all of this.
You're a bear sometimes.
I'm a bear sometimes.
Yeah.
With a hat.
I'm sorry.
You're two different kinds of bear, because sometimes you're Joe.
I pull out my tablet and show you the selfie of with of the bear.
A bear.
I hate that I'm missing this. I'm punching this. Oh, that's right. Was I supposed to? I was supposed to go.
the only one.
Whoopsie. Thunder thighs.
Honestly, bear's the only one I've tried. I'm kind of scared to be anything else.
I lean over and whisper into your ear, what if you were a bird and you flew with Cass, though?
I'm really sad I'm missing this. That thought. That thought. Oh boy.
Lacey, or
We'll save that one for later. I kind of want to surprise her if it's possible.
Lacey, are you all right?
I don't really know. I don't think any of us is all right. The moon was very stressful. So, what's the thing? Acting weird when things are weird isn't weird. There's a better way. I can't remember it.
We're under a lot of stress.
Yeah. So, that. How
Understandable.
are you?
Yeah.
I mean, I've definitely seen a lifetime's quota of weird today, but
Honestly, I can't believe you're still here. How did
Where
you
am I
not
gonna
cut a run at the moment you saw us? Like, really saw us.
where am I going to go? What am I going to do? You guys would find me again.
Speaking of which, we can't stay here in the woods. Where should we go? What should we do?
I'm assuming I'm done and I'll come back out.
Same.
You're very efficient at this position.
Thunder thighs.
Place had it coming.
Shion, do you? I mean, I know we kind of scooped you up and took you on this. And I know it kind of got weird. But do you, I mean, this is still, do you want to be here? Like, this is a lot.
There aren't a lot of places that I can go that would be safe for other people. But maybe we could, I mean, if you guys needed someplace to sit down and reset or something, the only place I can think of where it's really good to do that is my club.
I wheel up and look right up at you now, I guess. Do you have food? I need a food.
Yeah, we can make food. We have drinks. I mean, if you guys need to shower or anything like that, we have that kind of stuff at the club.
Yeah, we still never got that bottle of whiskey.
Yeah, that's probably the best reason to go back. And
We know they know our places, but we don't know if they know yours yet because we found you with a machine that they didn't steal. Am I following this right?
Yes,
Yeah, they don't have
that's
it.
right.
Yeah.
Because Patel's the smartest in the cosmos.
We have other ways of getting in besides the front door. Nobody would recognize the van or anything, so we can always go through the backstage door.
That's the gayer one.
There's always a way to make it gayer.
They're lazy.
I like you.
Oh, they're lazy.
Like you too.
Hi. Goosebumps.
In any case, I mean, yeah, you're welcome. At least until, well, club's closed on Monday anyway, so we would have the place to ourselves. And then you guys could figure out where to go next, and I can figure out what I want to do next. Maybe ask a few more questions. Maybe figure out what it is I can do.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's go clubbing.
Yeah, let's go.
Doc, you want to come with us or go to the dropship? Can you keep Punchy under in like a safe way that isn't?
I don't have the
Sal-
medical supplies with me to keep her under.
Okay.
I would need to go get those.
Okay, where?
Can I bamf into the Cassium facility? Is there anything left there that I could gather? Because it was destroyed. It wasn't looted, to my knowledge. Did it look like it was looted?
I mean, there were no computers when you entered. It looks like all the desks had been completely cleared off.
Okay,
It
then
looks
it was
like
pretty looted.
It looks
Okay.
like they stormed in, cleared off, destroyed, and got the hell out.
Okay. We're checking.
Oh. Do I have a cipher? No.
No, that inducing a coma is like some intense stuff.
Yeah, I'm not gonna give
not
them
in
a
my first aid
nanonite bomb. Here, keep her under with this nanonite bomb.
I mean,
That'll do it.
I'm gonna set it off and then specify that I'm not killing her. Loophole.
She's now a walrus. I don't know.
We could have for ciphers.
Florence, wherever you are.
There's nothing in there.
caught a poop.
Okay, so who's gonna be in the van? Do you want to drive this time? I can drive, or you can be with Lacey.
I can drive.
We all
I can drive a car.
I can't.
Can't drive that.
okay.
Yeah, sure. Go. You can drive. I
Well, I mean, yeah, you can drive.
I can.
You sit with Lacey.
Thanks.
Okay.
So
But I get to be in charge of the playlist. Just kidding. I don't have any. My tablet doesn't plug in.
Put it on speaker.
Never mind. That was not a good moment.
I think I control the playlist, but I pull a playlist from your tablet and put it up in the spirit of what Hops would want.
AC/DC.
And I socially maneuver so that
Gianna's
you
a lot
take
of
middle
respect
seat.
for your taste.
So if Cass wants to be on the other side, you can be on middle seat.
Oldies are goodies.
It's very
So
oldie.
who's
I awkwardly wait to see how you arrange yourselves.
Even though
and
you're
then
the-
looks like okay, yeah.
Even though you're the small inches that in the middle. But
so who's going in Amelia? What's happening with Amelia?
Oh, we do need to make sure the supplies happen. Medical supplies.
I think the
Are they?
probably
Oh yeah.
We're leaving it up to
Anika
Jim.
Patel could probably find those supplies better than we could.
Patel says, I mean, look, I'm going to say something. It's complicated, I know. We need to get Blue Dolphin back.
Yeah, no kidding.
This running around thing, we need some kind of base of operations. And we need to find out who it was that attacked us. Were they working for Jerome or were they working for the corpse?
I have a feeling it was the corpse. I don't know why. I just do.
Let's
go
have this
back to the
conversation
club.
on the road. Come on in the van with us, and
Okay.
let's
get
let the
back to the
dropship follow
club.
at a distance.
Okay.
We're still in operation. Sal's backup plan. Let's go.
Okay.
You
can come up with
see
a plan there.
from the flight deck window, you see Moonlight leaning up and just going, like, "Are we taking off?" Kind of signaling to everybody.
Yeah. Yep.
I signed to them in Japanese sign language. I would really like to talk to you again some other time.
Big smile on her face, and she nods. All right. A few moments,
four
as
languages.
dust begins to kick up as Moonlight turns on the engines again. As that high pitched squeal of the jet engines begin to pick up, and then you see those jet engines open up, and the flare begins to take the ship up into the air, and you watch Amelia top the treetops as you all begin to pull back in the van, getting one last look at this awful place as you pull back and begin to drive down. At about this point, the sun is starting to set in Los Angeles. It's been a hell of a day.
By the way, Moonlight can drive.
Moonlight has a lot of skills.
Really, really cool.
That was a. Please relax. Don't do that.
So, on the trip back, news reports. Y'all are hearing various news reports on the radio about you guys, about sightings of the Callisto 6 once again in Los Angeles. Unconfirmed reports of activity, of incredible activity. And then an interview with a gentleman who calls himself Scraps, describing what he would say was a battle that took place right in front of his shop. Scraps, of course, not being very privy to exactly what was going on with all of you, gives a full accounting of everything he sees.
What a snitch!
Boy.
And it's so in keeping, Lacey, as you're listening to this, as Scraps goes, yeah, and one of my employees apparently, I watched them bond with this machine, and it just goes on and on, gives the entire accounting of the fight.
God, turn him off.
Okay.
So now you understand why it is I know so much about you guys.
Oh gosh, this is going to be really hard, but she said 2. So I need to try to cut a broadcast feed.
That's going to be breaking into...
At the
Was it
point of the
live
camera truck.
thing?
Because they have to broadcast it out. It's the local system, and that's way easier to disrupt than once it actually gets into just the everything. I'm going to try to shut down the truck.
Well,
The truck.
this is
I'm so dumb. This will not work.
okay. I'm probably gonna set this to difficulty 10.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right, no, that's super fair.
Yeah, that's-
but look, I need
You were doing
drop
something that
ships
is-
because Cass said so. Absolutely, I will hack whatever Luma tells me to hack. So, all right. That's a hacking check. I get at least 6 free. I think I might get 6 free. So let's put in 4 levels of effort and hack the planet.
Hack the planet.
Oh my
Or,
gosh.
well, hack the news because Luma said so.
Okay. The reporter turns back to the camera and he says, this seems to confirm some of the reports that we've been getting in from Casey, and it just cuts off. The feed cuts. And then you see them come back to the anchors going, well, we apparently have lost our feed, so we'll have more of that story later. And then the Mag Ball tournament is supposed to kick off tonight, Seattle versus Los Angeles, and then it just goes into...
Tina Turner playing?
Did you do that?
Luna asked.
Okay, we need to have a talk.
I love it.
I love you.
But yeah,
Hey, anytime anyone sees an Imbial, this is the kind of thing we hear on the news.
Hey, can you make me believe stuff?
What do you mean?
I'm just curious. You haven't had a chance to test it yet, right?
You're asking me to test my powers on you.
Well, I don't know. I wanted to know what I could do.
We got time.
Don't
Can-
make her believe anything bad.
Oh, no.
Can you make me believe like that forest is something else? I don't. How does this work?
Yeah,
I think it has... I don't know.
Am I freaking you out? I'm sorry.
No, you're not freaking me out. I'm just thinking... I'm not used to lying.
It's not.
I gave up on it a while ago. I'm real bad at it.
Think of it as storytelling.
Okay. Interesting.
Thanks, Gina.
We're all liars.
this
Except me. I'm the only one telling the truth. Listen to me.
I really talk like
this AC/DC, right?
Yeah.
You and your vintage. Make me. Can you make me think it's something else?
I don't think that's... I mean...
Try.
So did you know this band wasn't actually all that popular? It only started to get popular several years after most of the stars were dead.
What happens? Does that hit him? Like, obviously everyone knows that, or am I like, no, that's not the case?
I mean, to you, it kind of reads off like they're telling you something a little ridiculous. And then after a few moments, you're like, huh. Well, that doesn't make any sense. Okay.
It happens a lot with art. People getting famous after they're dead.
It doesn't make sense. Help me. Tell me. Does this feel like?
Your logical mind is like, that's not the way I remember it. How come I never knew that?
That's weird. I could have sworn someone told me they were famous. People don't know what they're talking about, huh?
Okay.
Do we?
Dr. Patel glances at all of you who watched that happen. And
But
she
are you
just
gonna
goes,
like try? Can you make me think it's something else though? Like, does your power work?
I think it just did, Cass.
Cass, AC/DC is very famous.
I bring up an encyclopedia.
Ooh,
One of the most popular bands of all time.
It's not.
Tell her that they only became famous after a comedy band, the Library Boys, parodied one of their songs. Do that one. Just kidding.
Oh, the library bards. I love them.
They're all right.
Oh, you used to play them all the time.
Oh, yeah.
Sandra's gonna kill me.
Cannon.
Super canon. Library bards.
That's, of course, when you guys bring up images of the library bards, they look suspiciously like Cobalt and Hops, and that's when you realize, oh my God, Cobalt and Hops are clones of Fletcher Krause. And
I've been found out. I'm actually British. Oh dear Lord.
So,
Just driving.
everyone else being engaged in the conversation. No, it's you and Dr. Patel. She's sitting closer to you, and as this exchange is happening, you just see her glance up at you like nervous at the display of Shion's powers. You just see her look at you just like, and then as they're talking, she goes subvocal with you. She just reaches over and she goes, "You know how Lacey can hack computers?
Oh no.
Shion can hack people."
Oh great.
Which means they could hack Lacey and tell Lacey to shut down the world economy if they wanted to. So just think, we definitely are going to have to help them learn how to use their abilities. And they release the subvocal and just,
I reply subvocally, well, I was already freaking out about Lacey, so that's just great. We'll add another layer of that freak out. Okay, cool.
Lacey pretends not to have heard that.
okay.
Really try not to eavesdrop. They work really hard on it.
That's
And subvocals reply to you, Oya. She says, "It's been my experience that it's the ones that can't lift trucks but can do the more subtle things are the ones to be spooked about. It's why Kylan scares the crap out of me and the other ones don't. She glances at everybody to make sure no one's listening again, and she says, Lacey's never scared me. I understand Lacey's struggle. But this is new, and I don't really know Shihan. And Shihan can literally... They can literally convince you that green is blue if they wanted to. That's terrifying. We are going to have to help them and be the people that are not scared of them so that they can find a safe place. And we definitely can never let the baddies know about them.
Oh, that's for sure. We need our base back.
I just want all this to end. And all of a sudden, this emotion, like it's something that Patel has been wanting to say for a while, but you just see it just like surge up into her facial features as she just... And then she lets go of the subvocal and clears her throat and folds her hands over the machine and makes sure that no one is noticing her sudden shift in attitude. And she nods to you and...
It still feels true. Did it tingle in your brain?
It's this weird feeling in my chest, almost like it gets really warm. And then, I don't know. It felt that way when that guy grabbed me, and then when I told Synapse that we were friends. Something, I don't know. It feels weird to do. Like I said, I don't particularly enjoy lying. I mean, as a therapist, I have to use my words in a way that get people to think a certain way in order to deal with what they're going through. But that's consensual manipulation that is happening with the person that you're talking to, and manipulation isn't even the right word for it. But even so, like this is different. This is me taking reality and making it something else, and I don't know how far it can go.
Suggestion, Patel pipes up. The power of suggestion. You can't convince a human being something that's not true, but you can suggest it and they will follow along. And if you do it right, you can suggest things to make them comfortable with taking that suggestion. We as creatures, we need stability. We need labels. We need to judge things. We need to be, this is this, is this, is this. I am me, that is a tree. You seem to have the ability to suggest that there's more to it than that equation, which opens the door to a form of control.
I'm still kind of remembering. Didn't we all hear that AC/DC was underappreciated and only got justice after their time?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But
But like we all.
Yeah, we all heard it.
Yeah, but like that's but like we've heard it before.
Oh, no.
No.
Cass, honey,
Can
no.
you turn it off?
don't know.
Can you say the opposite thing? Can you say true things?
I slowly turn down the radio
okay.
and say, do you think you can take away memory?
Wait a minute. Hops. Oh my god. Shion, do you think you can convince someone to remember?
Remember what?
Anything.
Snaps.
Do you think it's possible? Is it possible?
I could try. I don't know. AC/DC was always famous. They were wildly popular in their time.
Cass. There's a moment of amusement, and then, if you will, there is a sliver of horror that begins to set in as you realize the directions of your decision making was not being piloted by you. It was in fact being directed by someone else, because the shift, and when you realize, oh God, of course, the amusement kind of vanishes when you realize, oh my God.
Oh wow, that. Wow. Ooh.
Good, it works on true things.
That's comforting. But also, holy shit.
That's ooh, wow, that's. Cass, you okay? Yeah.
First of all, I'm sorry.
No, that's on me. That was my idea. I have great ideas all the time. You'll know this about me. Woo!
Well, if nothing else, Cass, thanks for being our lab rat. Patel just kind of smiles. Now we know. Shion, and
Thank you.
You are super impressive. So there's that.
I mean, thank you.
Lacey, there is a sudden deafening silence in your mind. In the background, since you acquired the abilities to understand and hear machines, there has always been a din, like a slow, gentle roar of communication. Every time you're in the city, you can hear machines talking to each other. You can hear the affirmatives, the yeses, the nos, the binary code just going back and forth. You can hear all the programming. It is kind of like you have been constantly living near the ocean, waking up every day and hearing the waves. To you, it's just been there. And suddenly, all of it goes dark. You feel a hole form in the sounds of the city. And it is unlike anything you've experienced before. It literally feels like someone took the volume of your thoughts and just cranked it down to 1.
I can't hear any tech.
You can hear immediate tech in the area, and then dead silence. Almost like Los Angeles just went dark.
Planetary scale. Anyone else going dark? Is this a range issue? Is this? I'm troubleshooting.
You all of a sudden just see Lacey
I sit up
stiffen,
off of our snuggle.
and then the green glow immediately emits from Lacey's eyes as you go global, and you feel reaching out through the networks, the satellites, through the entire global network. No, what you sense is a living world of information, and where Los Angeles is, a small pinpoint down in near downtown, is a black hole where everything has gone completely dark.
What is there?
It's, from what you can tell, power, information, electricity, all of that's running into that little spot just simply stops at the boundary.
What does Street View say is there?
Street View is showing, so as you kind of blink through and start tapping into traffic cameras and whatnot and news feeds, you are seeing blackened streets with all the power off. And flickering lights in the vicinity. And it's about a 5-mile radius.
That's
big.
Massive.
And news reports slowly start to trickle in of an explosion.
Oh my gosh.
There's an explosion in downtown.
What?
Everything's shut down. I can't feel the tech even. There's something bad. We need to go there now.
Immediately.
It's huge.
Immediately start driving in that direction.
Should we get an Amelia?
Coaxing power.
Yeah, probably Amelia, and also everyone feel rested enough. Get enough.
Recovery roll. Can we take a recovery roll?
I'm gonna go ahead and
There was the
restore
drive
everyone's pools will be restored at this point.
Sweet.
Because we're on a new scene.
Okay, cool.
And normally you get your pools restored at the top of the game. So since we were still in the same scene, let's go
I mean,
ahead
I
and
was
pop them back
I was
up.
okay anyway. I would have been.
Yeah, it's all right. Well, for this instance, we'll go ahead and restore everybody's pools.
That means we're
You've had
gonna
enough
need it.
downtime. What's that?
That means we're gonna need
Hush.
Yeah.
Aaron, how fast do I
Because we're
fly?
using awesome powers.
Oh, we never actually came to that conclusion. I would say probably.
Oh,
Without using, I wouldn't use the Kent scale
I was about to say
or
it's
the
just like
Danvers
Flash
scale
and
because
Superman
those are
having
like
a race
cosmic
with the-
interplanetary levels. I would probably use the Diana scale. So I might say you could probably fly up to about the speed of Amelia.
Okay, but that like just compared to how fast we're going in the van. Is it faster?
I would
if
say that's about 500. You could fly about the same speed as a passenger liner. So you could fly about 500 miles an hour.
Oh my
gosh! I'll meet you there. What? I pulled the van open as we're moving.
Hey,
There we go.
can I?
No. Can you what?
I hold out my hand so we can see.
Yeah. Is that okay?
I'm
Yeah.
gonna try to do a mental link. So.
Oh, I was gonna pick you up. I'm a little
I
sometimes.
thought you were scouting ahead.
What should I do?
Go ahead. Yeah.
Okay.
Link.
I mean, Link.
Kiss.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Me.
I heard kiss.
All right.
I was like, yeah, kiss.
I wasn't looking. You don't look around and then
I'm not leaving this van and going ahead without that.
Like, oh, this is
All right. So
interesting.
you're mental linking with Cass. Okay.
And lip linking.
Yeah. So when you link with Cass, it happens about the same moment that Luma kisses Cass. So there's a quick moment where
weird. Sorry.
where you're just like,
Ugh.
whoa.
No, it's only willing stuff.
Yeah.
It's only willing
I
stuff.
don't know how this works yet.
What is happening?
So you kind of snap to. You have. It's not like you can feel Lacey's presence or anything like that, but you are linked up with Lacey.
Each other's find familiar.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll back up Sen with glasses, but I've got you, and I'll.
That's a
I'll
question.
see you.
Lots of
yeah.
relays.
That's a question. How fast can I run? Other than the bolt of lightning, because I'm just kind of like, maybe I should take.
So keep this in mind.
Yeah.
You can definitely move fast,
Yeah.
but you're not a speedster, which means
Right.
a sustained run for you.
Yeah, the
I
bolt
would
of
say
lightning
maybe a
would
mile
be-
or two before
yeah.
you're like, I'm
Okay,
fit.
I'll just keep driving, but not fast then.
Okay.
I can also try to speed up something.
Help me speed up the van.
On the
I'm
van,
coaxing
yeah.
its power.
Okay, yeah.
But you got.
So, real quick question: are you going to attempt to drive there, or are you going to fly there on Amelia?
Well, that's a good question.
Because
Should we just-
because as a storyteller, I'll go ahead and tell you, if you want to drive there, it's going to probably take you about double to almost triple the time.
Yeah, let's just jump on Amelia.
Let's just drive onto Amelia.
Yeah.
Yes, the van could probably fit into the cargo hold. It'll be a tight fit, but yes. She could probably fit up.
Oh my gosh.
Are we doing a barn swallow?
We are.
Yes, we
Oh my gosh. Does that make Moonlight like wash?
So Moonlight,
No,
100%.
no.
Oh,
Wait,
great.
wait.
Sorry. I meant like, but like in that scene.
There are no leaves. There are no
the
winds.
first half.
No.
It's okay. I already said that, so I'm the cursed one.
all right.
I already did it seasons ago. It's done.
So Moonlight brings Amelia in low, and the ramp comes down. Y'all are gonna have to stop, unfortunately, because that ramp does not, unless you want to just destroy the ramp. Because she's gonna have to drag the ramp along the ground to get the van up in there.
No.
She can park. She can slow the vehicle down in front, and the vehicle can slow down and go up in. But
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, we'll do
she's
that.
Future barn swallow.
Okay, we
yes.
won't do Mission Impossible.
Amelia is designed to carry equipment, including transport, but only one, and she also is not designed to do that as a moving target.
Right.
So,
Fair enough.
so y'all drive the van up into
I get
Amelia.
to do the barn swallow when we do a barn swallow.
Yes.
Excellent. Thank you.
You have to. You really need
That's
just
it.
all you
Roll
need to do
for
is equip
barn
that ramp to be able to sustain itself while it's touching the ground while moving.
Reinforcement. I'll put it on the list.
I think I
So-
swallowed a bug.
The club was a nice idea while it lasted.
All right. So it is a tight fit. As this van drives up into the belly of Amelia, you see Sal kind of move back and do this number. The woman is still wrapped up in what looks like seatbelts across the lined chairs that most of y'all sit in when you're in a transport drop. And she's unconscious still.
Good.
And Sal's right next to her. And after y'all board up onto the van, there's a lurching sensation again as Amelia tips her nose forward and Moonlight brings her up into the sky. And they... and Moonlight, you all see on your displays, where am I headed?
Coordinates.
Where are you headed?
I think Pico Union.
The black
yeah.
hole.
Just in the direction of the black hole?
Yes.
All right, and Cass, you're flying off on the side. So, Cass, you are experiencing for the first time ever the sensation of flying next to Amelia as you all break the tree cover and take back into the sky. Just outside of Los Angeles, with your hands pushed back behind you and your hair whipping around, your glasses every now and then bouncing on the bridge of your nose as you begin to accelerate faster and faster and faster and faster until the wind begins to just cause a slight numbing sensation around the sides of your face as you're blasting through the air at roughly 400 miles an hour right next to Amelia. You glance over and you can see Moonlight on the flight deck glancing back through the windows. And she just goes,
Please tell me her face is like this.
hard to tell in the dark. But it's been my experience that in the superhero genre, that doesn't happen.
that's great.
You only ever
Her
look
face
cool
looks
and sexy.
perfect. Yeah. I was like,
weird.
that looks amazing.
So instead, Cass looks actually quite epic and flies next. Yeah. So y'all are getting a good.
How many windows are on Amelia?
There's three up
There's
towards
three?
the front. Oh yeah, your
Are you in
girlfriend
one
is
of them?
flying next to the.
I didn't know if we'd gotten out of the van yet.
Oh yeah, I mean I'm assuming there's no way Luma's gonna miss this.
No, that's what I was waiting for. Okay, so when I make eye contact with you, I reapply lipstick and kiss the window and leave a nice little kiss smooch.
I fly over and kiss through the window.
The roar of the engines behind you as you pull up next to it effortlessly, and Cass outside the window, moving at 400 miles an hour, kisses where your lips were.
I drop ship it.
I'm gonna show you a certain page from a certain Rogue comic from the 90s later, and you will know how happy you just made me. Now
Really?
keep going.
This is the beauty of playing with Amy Dallin.
So cute.
Everything is the beauty of playing with Amy Dallin.
I know, for
Including
real.
There's an explosion outside. We gotta go.
Amy Dallin.
Right.
Yeah, can I take over a local area drone?
You won't need to because news reports are starting to fluctuate all into what's going on.
Frack/great.
And it's easy to find out what happened because it happened at the game. What you guys see coming up on the display, you see a stadium filled with about 65,000 people for the season opener of Mag Ball. And in the center of the stadium is this huge globe. It's about close to about 800 meters in diameter, just massive globe that's supposed to encompass this huge playing field that's ever shifting with these platforms that are moving on the inside. And inside this platform are people hurling themselves at each other in 0G, decked out in these protective suits with magnets all over them, throwing this ball in what would be considered the rugby version of Quidditch. And they just hurling themselves through the air, beating the hell out of each other and trying to get the score on this. As you are all watching the footage, you're hearing the reporters give you this frantic report of what was seen moments ago. The crowd roaring, this huge dome, everyone shouting as the cameras and these drones are sort of circling the outer edges of this dome. By the way, the dome itself is encased in sort of like a force field, so you can see inside just fine. And the magnets that move around are constantly propelling the game and keeping everyone in a 0G state as they score against each other. One of the most popular games ever created. It replaced football about 20 years ago as the most popular sport in the world. And by football, I do mean soccer.
Yeah.
And so as you're watching this happen, you see a quick spark of light at the base of this globe, and then the footage goes dead as there's a and it replays again.
Frame by frame.
Okay, frame by frame.
Yes.
Lacey, I'm not even gonna have you roll. You're scanning the frame by frame. At the base of the globe, you see a figure. A lone figure in a black suit. You can't make out details, even at this definition. But you see someone walking in. And the body language, glancing it about. And you see the arms come up to his the head. And then the person goes and fades away. And then you watch the spark at the base of the globe. And then you see and then the frame by frame, there's no denying it, Lacey. You get 2 frames of that explosion. There was a level 3 EMP burst that exploded outward from the base of that, of the globe. The magnets being supercharged. If that is who you think it is, somehow they were able to cause an EMP explosion in the heart of downtown. And at that point, when you're looking at the frame by frame, the rest of y'all looking at this news live, you're seeing that the dangers that are taking place right now are catastrophic. Because even though all the power is shut down on the city level, there are currently about 30 sky cars that are in locked and safety mode right now and are awaiting rescue. But there is an Airbus that is losing control at the moment. And you're watching a couple of news helicopters start flying in, this huge passenger transport that carries about up to 100 to 200 people that was flying in the sky lanes is currently on an emergency power. And it's hovering there on emergency fuel. It's using analog technology to propel itself upwards, but it's only designed to last for so long until it can either land or be rescued. And right now, everything is dead in the area. And the news helicopters, you see people on the helicopters are doing what they can to get close enough to this thing. But the helicopters, you're seeing the instruments of the helicopters flickering, almost as if there was a lingering effect causing havoc with the systems. The news reports continue to flood into people panicking. There's people starting to stampede on the streets.
Is anyone saving that bus?
Yeah.
No, this has
Where
just
is
happened.
that?
The news is just now reporting the bus is in trouble.
And by
far
Airbus, I
are
mean
we?
an airplane, like Airbus airplanes.
Yeah, so you know how this version of Los Angeles has flying vehicles?
Yes.
This is a flying city bus. of
got it.
about-
Okay.
Yeah, so it's a
Alright.
flying city bus of about 200 people.
Where is that between us and the stadium? How?
It's in the proximity of the stadium. It's on the way.
Okay.
Yeah.
How far are we?
You're about 2 miles out now from the blackout zone. A total of 4 miles away from the stadium.
Lacey, if we get
go
close to
faster.
this thing, are we gonna lose power in Amelia?
The EMP is done.
It's
right?
a pulse, but there was a lingering effect before.
What was it?
I'll take 3 intellect points. Please give me my educated notion, my insight.
So what are you asking?
Do I have, given that there seemed to be some sort of delay, is that Flava, or does that give us reason to believe that there might be tech disruption inconsistent with a blow and go EMP?
It gives you the impression that there might be a lingering tech disruption. EMPs, as you know, first of all, for the most part, in modern day, can only be caused by nuclear explosion. But there are magnetic effects to the world that can cause EMP phenomenon. Of course, Synapse being somebody who can break the laws of physics and being able to manipulate speed and electromagnetism the way he was able to, he apparently has caused a nuclear EMP.
Right.
I want to go search the van. He was in this van, right? I'm gonna go search the van.
He wasn't in the van. He arrived.
He got out of this.
He arrived separately.
He arrived separately. He was the first to show up. He didn't.
Everyone else did.
I didn't know that though.
Yeah. He
Really?
started searching. Okay.
So I want to search the van for ciphers.
Hey!
Oh my gosh, Gina. Oh my gosh.
Our cipher hunter.
For real though.
Lim was a
Thank
rogue.
God for our cipher hunter.
I mean, in general.
DeVivo, Cypher Hunter. Okay.
So,
Roll 2d10.
25.
Oh my God, you didn't roll in the 40s.
I
That's
know.
amazing. 25. Ooh.
What is it?
Oh, that's
Did I roll
cool.
level?
Fletcher Killer. What is that?
Girl, level.
You make an arrow, beware.
Is what was it? Okay, 20. Okay.
25.
So roll a d6.
No, I have one.
That's a 1. Great.
So level 1 cipher.
Boo.
An effort enhancer.
Ooh. That would have been so great at higher level.
The user can apply 1 level of effort of non-combat task without spending any points from the pool.
Cool. I just get a free level of effort?
The level of effort provided by the cipher does not count towards the maximum effort you can apply to any one task.
Good.
Oh, that is very valuable.
Yeah. So
How long does it last?
it's a single use. It's a cipher.
Single use effort. Thanks.
So
Save that for Fletcher fight.
you do open a side panel where you see what looks like a metal gauntlet that fits over the forearm. So it's not a full gauntlet as in like,
Sure.
it's like a bracer really
bracer.
that kind of stretches up to your wrist and it looks like it helps stabilize. Let me put it this
lean
way.
out the car. Lacey, is this thing safe to put on my body?
You already know what that is, Lacey.
Yeah.
Military agencies use that to help snipers steady their arms when they're about to blow someone's head off from 3 miles away.
Yeah, slap that thing right on there. You're good.
Without telling the dark history of the device that she's putting on.
Pops immediately is like,
you're
I
good.
want one. And starts
checked
searching in the van.
If Lacey says it's safe.
Doesn't need to know that. You don't need to know that.
I've already upset Luma enough today.
Okay, so nothing else in this van.
I'm
Okay.
gonna put on my mag boots.
Clean.
Oh yeah.
Okay, you reach down, just slide those on. Ready to be activated when you need them.
Yep.
Okay.
All right. So, Lacey, I got some of those news reports, but what do we do? I'm not tech. I can go in.
Yeah. Oh,
I mean,
shoot.
and also there's a probably synapse, right? We're all in agreement. This is
yes.
probably synapse that needs to be contained. I'm thinking maybe Xi'an can help with that because
Your friends.
coaxing and
Right.
gentle friendness. And there's also an Airbus that I'd like to try to slow down, or maybe I can speed the air around it, even though since it can't, something physics.
Like an amplification of the Bernoulli effect.
Yeah,
By making the air do weird?
It seems
I don't
like
even know how that works.
stalling. The engine can't push it through the air anymore. Maybe I can speed up the air so that there's at least air pressure and it'll coast longer and not crash.
That's a
I'm gonna
great
try
idea.
some stuff.
Lacey, do you know if Snaps is still in the field?
He's too fast for cameras to catch. He moves between the frames. I can't track him.
Can we
His tech is
feel
running.
him just like the C-sex energy?
Ooh.
He's moving real quick.
I make that mistake so many times. How many times have I texted y'all and said, "Let me call you back in 1 sec"? Like it is frustrating how that the C and the X are next to each other on the damn keyboard. It's so frustrating. Anyway.
As if somebody did it on purpose.
Energy.
Callisto
feel him
sexes are.
through-
You wouldn't be able to feel. So if you remember correctly, it doesn't manifest the same way it does with, like, for example, Cobalt, who you were very familiar with when Cobalt's in proximity.
Yes.
But yes, you do feel like that ambient. It's the same with Jerome. You can feel their presence when they're there, when you're close
But
to them.
not the way
It's
that
not
we
like
all
y'all are bonded. No.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
So
We need to shut down Snap so that it is not so that we can stop the electromagnetic effect. Then we need to get everything repowered. We need to make sure Snaps doesn't hurt more people. We need to catch a bus falling out of a sky, which will be easier if those other two parts happen, and probably help a bunch of panicking civilians.
If we can get Amelia close enough to the field, I can shoot down there and see if Snap. I think I'm fast enough to maybe slow him down enough to where we can at least get him to talk.
Well, you're the only one that's been able to keep up with him.
But
If y'all
you
are
don't
going
even
to
know
go
where
down there,
he is.
if you're going to go down there and talk to him, I need to be there too.
Why?
He knows me, I think.
He wanted to steal you from us.
What?
He literally tried to kidnap you.
I know, but
When?
during the fight,
Yeah. It happened really fast. Synapse tried to steal
What?
Dr. Patel.
I don't remember that at all.
It
how can you not
happened
remember that?
really
It happened,
fast.
and then Oya did the thing.
What?
What thing?
Oh man. I'm sorry, my mind can't wrap around that right now.
It doesn't matter. It just happened really fast, and
Then
Luckily-
we can't have you nearby.
No. no.
You're too valuable an asset.
Oh, right.
Someone's got to talk to him. Who has a better chance?
She
A friend.
We gotta get you down there.
Can you help him?
What? Wait.
Sorry to throw you into this. I'm sorry. I totally volunteered.
You know what? It's okay. You guys need my help,
Yeah.
and I'm not somebody who's going to say no to people who need help.
If you can just talk to him and get him to remember us. He was our friend. I feel like once he recognizes maybe who he was,
He needs help. He needs help.
I know all about helping other people.
He needs you.
That's what your power's for. It's not lying. It's saying true things
To help.
that people already know they need to believe. It's help.
Yeah.
I think I like the sound of that.
okay, but how do we get you down there? I know I can shoot down there, but I don't know if I can actually carry you with me.
Cass can fly.
We can go to the perimeter. You hear Moonlight say it. It pops up in your feed. We can go to the perimeter. I can switch Amelia to hover mode. Cass can pick you up and take you in.
Great.
Okay.
Then you,
Who's all going where?
someone needs to take
Who's
care
on
of that bus.
Who's on?
I'm on bus.
Um,
Who else? Anyone else?
Lacey, you got to work on getting everything up and running.
Yeah.
okay.
As soon as you need me, ping me. I can try and power something up. I don't know what I can do with this MP thing.
If you stop,
whatever.
stop snaps, stop the EMP, stop snaps, stop the airbus falling.
Who can stop the airbus falling?
I can try.
If it's no longer interfered with, then it has more options. Snaps is first. Shut
Okay.
him down.
Yuma, help Lacey.
You guys approach the perimeter, and Moonlight kicks in the autopilot, and Amelia hovers. She gets up out of the seat as you see Honey Baby situate and connect and keep the plane stable.
Open the door so I can grab Shion.
As the door is opening, Moonlight walks over to you, and Japanese sign says to you, "Are you familiar with the philosophy of the life-giving sword?"
No, that's not a familiar one for me.
A long time ago, the sword was a symbol of death. It was how you killed your opponents. But by using the sword to defeat an opponent and not kill the opponent, you've given them their life back. And so it became known as the compassionate way, or the life-giving sword. Your power can do that. It's not inherently evil. Trust me.
Thank you. You're really fascinating.
Thank you.
And Shion bows and then looks over to Cass.
All right. Okay, fine.
Yep. Not every day I get to get carried by a really, really hot lady.
Well, thanks.
All right.
Something.
Team Snap, Team Bus, Team Fix Everything.
Okay. Cool.
All right. You plunge out the back.
Yeah. Okay.
There's a quick moment where you're falling, and then you're not falling anymore. You're flying. It's you were flying through the air in the arms of a woman you met just yesterday.
It's pretty fucking cool.
Yeah, and below you, you can see the stadium growing larger as you're racing towards it. Blasting wind, right, racing past you.
And unlike Cass, I don't look good.
It is an eerie sensation, however. I will say this, that is an eerie sensation, the total blackout, so you see nothing but darkness below you. And because of the blackout, the ambient city noise has fallen away, and all you can hear are the panicked screams of thousands of people in the streets below. And the firefly-like lights of hover cards that are trapped in the air, hovering above you all as you begin to swoop down towards the stadium, which is, even the emergency lights, everything is out. It is a large black field of total darkness, and y'all race down straight towards it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
He's a good man.
So, because we're going to run short on time, I want to resolve the bus scene after the snap scene.
No problem. Yeah.
Since we have
We're staying together and
since we have
handling the bus.
Aki, yeah. So what we're gonna do is while y'all move off to take care of the bus, y'all swoop down into the stadium.
And I'm using Bolt Rider to get down.
So as you touch down, you can hear the roar of 65,000 people trying to find the exits to the stadium. There is people trying to stampede, people shouting. You can hear people shouting up, don't panic, don't panic. But what's also a little disconcerting is with the power gone, as y'all are looking around, you see the great dome where the Mag Ball tournament is played, and you can see the forms of unmoving bodies at the bottom of the dome.
Because the magnets.
The power going off deactivated the electromagnets and caused them to fall. Now, you also know that those suits are designed to protect players if that should happen. But there's a bunch of people piled on top of each other at the bottom where you see a lot of the padded areas in case a player should fall are down there. So they're probably okay.
We'll fix it.
However, out on the field, there's a quick blinding flash of light as Hops appears next to you. And there's a crackling sound. And y'all are standing there in the darkness. You put Shion down, and there's the unmistakable form of a man about 70 feet away from you in the dark. You can see his outline, but you can't see any details. And again, the stadium looks alive with things moving in the dark.
Snaps.
The figure turns.
We're here to help, okay? We're your friends, remember?
Starts calmly walking towards you. And you hear, I had this thing where I was and then there was just this noise and I couldn't shut it up.
Okay.
Hey, listen to me. Everything's gonna be okay.
No. I can't even tell if you are from then or now.
Listen,
I need to know which direction to go. Is it forward? Is it backward?
how about you just stay still for a second?
I don't know how to stay still. The earth is moving, or am I moving? I can't tell. And then you see this electrical charge at his feet, and I need all three of you to roll initiative.
I do get to roll a die.
What's the level?
Difficulty is 10, because it snaps and he's moving.
I'm gonna roll, but there's no point. Oh my god!
How could you lower it? How could?
I mean, I have one level of effort to spend.
Yeah.
It's like,
You had to roll it, yeah.
I mean,
wait,
regardless,
you
but I
can-
still rolled a natural 20, so
Did you-
I'm very excited about that.
Yeah, if you can get it down to a level 6.
I'm baby.
Unfortunately, you have to spin that before the roll.
Yeah, and I'm
Also,
baby.
there's-
But yeah, that's.
There's a
I'm not going to deprive you of the awesomeness of the 20. Don't worry.
Yay!
I can't freaking believe
Snaps
that.
is still going to get initiative, but I'm going to let you have. I'm going to let you use that 20.
Okay.
Because I never want to deprive a player of a badass 20. But yes, unfortunately in Cypher, a net 20 is not an auto success.
Yeah, that's fine.
So Snaps is going
But
to
it's
beat you.
still pretty freaking cool.
Yes, it
the
is.
one and only role that I've
Nicely done, Aki.
I love this guy.
It's almost like you belong.
All right, show me what you got.
Oh, I'm gonna spend an XP.
I don't know if there's any point to this. 10,
Also,
9, 8.
Cass, you get an XP for flying me.
Oh, 19. I got it down to a level 4, so 19.
Okay, so you're actually going to get
Or no, a
initiative.
level 5. But yeah, 19.
You've fought snaps before. It's a matter of being able to read the body language, and you can tell what's about to happen.
Yeah.
What are you doing, Cass? What'd you get?
I only naturally take it down to an 8, and I rolled just to see what would happen, and I got an 8, so I failed.
Okay. Wait, you dropped the difficulty down to 8.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Hops, you're gonna get an action here.
Okay. Oh wait, and also, if ever I succeed on a speed defense to resist an attack, I guess it wasn't an attack.
It's not a defense.
Oh,
He's
never
not
mind.
attacking yet. He's
Okay.
moving.
Okay, then never mind. As soon as I see him I know he's about to take off somewhere. So as soon as he does that, I'm just gonna run to him and just wrap my arms around him so he can't go anywhere. Just gonna squeeze him, but also
okay,
put
make
a
your
little
attack.
bit of a shock in my arms just to like kind of.
Make your attack.
Okay.
This is.
I don't want to hurt him, but it's gonna hurt him a little bit. What's the level 10?
No, this is his speed defense.
Oh,
So,
speed defense. Okay.
oh yes, the speed defense is 10. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yep. Now you're not using your powers. I will let you use your martial arts here because you're trying to grapple him.
Perfect. So that takes it down to a 6 with my speed defense and martial arts.
Well,
okay?
you don't get a speed defense here. This is an attack.
Right. Oh, but then
So
you
you
said
get-
level 10 speed defense. Okay,
It's
got
at
it.
level
got it.
10 against his speed defense. So
Got
you're
it.
attacking him, but you're not going to be able to use. You're not trying to shock him. You're just trying to grab him.
Okay. I'll take it down to an 8 with my speed defense. 7.
Your martial arts, you mean?
Oh, with my
Yeah,
sorry.
okay.
7 with because it's an attack roll, and I get 1 for accuracy,
Okay.
and I also get a power shift in dexterity. Anything that has to do with
Okay. Yeah.
physical things. All right.
Yep.
Now I'm going to use my speed to knock it down to a 5, and then I'm going to spend some money
Okay.
to knock it down to a 4. And I think that's all I'm willing to do for right now, because if I do any more, I don't want to lower myself too much. Maybe I should, actually. Yeah, because if he gets away, then we're screwed.
Make a roll.
Okay. It's down to a 3 now. This is my last reroll.
No, it's
Okay.
my first reroll.
Oh, thank you. I just don't want him to get away.
Okay.
Okay.
Understandable.
9 or better. Come on. 20! Ah, 20.
A
Okay.
nat 20.
A nat 20. Ah! Okay.
You get a major effect. So you
I
can
sure do.
absolutely drop him if you want.
I will. I will.
Okay.
Yeah.
You
Okay.
you
gonna-
see him. You see the build. You hear the
Yeah.
build in his voice. You see him bend his knees. You know exactly what's about to happen. You don't know where he's going, but you know if he moves, you're going to lose him. And if he moves and decides to turn you guys into his enemy, all 3 of you are going to have to fight a speedster who's losing his mind. And that's not a fight the 3 of you guys want right now.
Or two.
You dash forward, and the urgency to get to him causes half of your body to form into lightning. As you, there's a blinding flash as Hops clears the distance at the same speed you've seen Snaps move, and you body tackle him immediately. He hits the ground hard and is immobilized. He's going to lose his action this
Okay.
round.
But the whole time I'm like, it's okay, it's okay. We're not here to hurt you. It's okay, it's okay. Calm down.
That's going to be you, Aki.
Yep. Shion runs over like as quickly as they can.
Okay.
And immediately kneels down next to Snaps and takes their hand. Takes his hand.
Okay. You take his hand, and your hand goes numb immediately. You feel the bones, the muscle, it all just goes completely numb. You realize his hand is shaking at such incredible speeds that it's literally vibrating the nerve endings in your body to the point where it's numbing you all the way up to your arm. You know you're holding him, but you can't tell anymore.
I just hold on tighter.
Okay.
Snaps. Listen to me. What's happening right now? It doesn't mean anything about who you are. These people are your friends. All they want to do is help you. But if you fight them, you're going to die.
Okay.
Try and make him remember. Try and make him remember.
And I have the ability to erase the last 5 minutes of his memories.
Okay.
But I would like to twist that in a way where he forgets that he's done this damage, but the moment he sees Hops and Cass, he sees people who can help him.
Okay, so you're doing so that nat 20, I'll let you add that added effect to it.
Yeah.
So is that a spend, an intellect
Yeah,
spend?
I need to spend 3 points to
Okay.
To erase memory.
His chest is heaving. He's Hops, you two, your body was starting to go numb for a second.
Yeah.
And even a little bit of electricity starting to play off you from the energy that was emitting from Snaps. And you rush over, Cass, and come to a stop. And you can see his darkened form, but you can hear the breath start to slow a little bit. And he goes,
Marshmallow or something. Just whatever yours is. Just breathe.
They just want to help you, and so do I. We can make it out of here together. Nobody has to get hurt today.
Hey, friend.
I know that hair.
Right.
And he squints. You can see him leaning forward in the darkness. And goes, how do I know you?
We're your friends, Snaps. We stopped a train. We work with Dr. Patel. Remember Dr. Patel? She's your friend.
You're a hero. You help people.
You're a good person, okay? We're all here. Luma, Oya, Cass, me, Lacey. We're all here.
It's a long moment. And he says, I really just want to go to sleep.
Okay, I can relate.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we're gonna get you someplace safe.
Okay.
And we're gonna have Dr. Patel look at you and make sure everything's okay, all right? We're gonna help you.
Okay.
I'm gonna let go now. Don't speed off, okay? Just slow down, take some deep breaths. You don't have to run, okay?
Okay.
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 I'm gonna ease up my arms. Still hold on to, like, his forearm, just in case.
He starts to pull himself up. And he goes, hey.
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 They're your friend, too. They're one of us now.
We have a lot of people in here. Maybe we help make them feel the way you feel right now. Safe.
Where are we?
We're at the Dome. There's a really great game going on a few minutes ago.
It's loud. I don't like it. Can we leave?
Yeah, let's get you out of here.
Let's do
Can
that.
I give you a lift?
Sure.
She can fly. It's pretty cool.
Really?
That wasn't true last time. It's okay that you don't remember it, but
You don't mean literally, do you? You mean like a...
scoop.
Okay. And he holds on as you
I'll be right back.
hover above the ground. As Cass is flying away and you watch her speed off into the dark, the two of you standing there on this field, the immediate danger of Snaps has been completely subdued by your power. You have taken a tier 4 speedster who is capable of fighting the entire Callisto 6 by himself and neutralize the problem. Bringing him back and reminding him that there's some stability, giving him a fighting chance to find his way back. But all around you is chaos. All around you is a big job that's going to take the rest of the night. And Hobbs just leans over and puts her hand on your shoulder.
Let's find you a megaphone.
Yeah.
Biggest show I've ever played.
And the two of you move off towards the platform where the anthem was sung at the beginning of the game. And that is where we have to stop the game for the evening.
Yeah! What? Yes! Amazing! Thank you for saving my boy.
You're welcome.
You don't get to be evil.
Okay.
All
Not
right.
today, Snaps. Not today.
Yeah.
My heart, literally my
Just
felt weird.
Talk about some
All of
clutch
my
rolls
work.
when y'all needed it.
The one and only roll I made in 3 games was a nat 20.
The dice were like, we're ready.
Yeah.
They were hungry.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I was a little worried there because I knew we were short on time, but Snaps would have been a hell of a fight. That would have been
better to make friends than fight.
that would have been.
Callisto 6 story.
Snaps has the ability, as I said before, to hit y'all and move to long range, so you can't touch him again.
know.
He's literally Snaps is a moving sniper rifle. He is a scary opponent, and you, Aki, well done. And dude, let me just say this, Bonnie,
Clutch.
that hops running tackle on a speedster, nicely done. And a team effort with Cass as well with that reroll. Like,
And also
damn.
flying. Just saying, that's pretty. I hate. And the
So,
Please save the plane. The bus? Oh, yeah.
Bus.
Yeah,
go save the
Oh,
bus.
yeah. The plane.
Flying
Cool.
well, that encounter wrapped up fast enough where y'all actually might be able to get back in time to help with that. You're just going to need to find a place to handle Snaps so that he has a comm zone.
Megaphone.
But I mean,
You got this.
yeah.
See you later.
So when we come back,
Daddy, please remain calm.
when we come back, what we're gonna do is we'll be in the middle of a huge natural disaster, and some big rescue efforts underway in the middle of the dark in the center of downtown Los Angeles.
Middle of what?
So, yeah, definitely don't miss next week's episode. Really good game tonight, you guys. Really well done.
Thank
Yeah.
you guys so
Nicely
much
done.
for having me.
We adore you. Thank you so
Oh my
much for
God,
blessing us with your presence.
Fun.
So,
I love you all very much.
and don't forget to stay tuned for Vampire, because that is a good show. Vampire is a very good show. I highly recommend you stay tuned.
AC/DC had to struggle in obscurity for so long.
I know. Like they just.
I mean,
It's not too many letters.
People just knew about them.
Eventually.
Yeah,
It just
but
took us a while.
What's the point after they're all
Our
dead?
after game chat.
I apologize for putting that line right first. I had to do it.
No.
Oh, don't
hell
ever
no.
apologize.
It's in
Cough,
canon
cough.
now.
Shameless plug for new album.
No,
AC/DC.
do it.
D&D.
Do it. Do it.
All right.
Yeah, so again, thank you so much, guys. Tonight was a great game. I really appreciate it tonight. That was really cool. And yeah, we got a big task up ahead. Next week, we're going to have to get an entire stadium full of people the size of the Super Bowl to calm the F down. And then you're also going to have to save a bunch of people who are stranded in the air.
Have fun rolling for me.
Yeah, no problem. I'm really curious to find out how you're planning on avoiding being secret after saving most of downtown Los Angeles.
Is that even a thing?
Are we secret?
We're not secret. It's kind of still a
Not
thing
really.
For them.
Not really, but it's really fun to watch
Beyond.
y'all freak out over
I'm
it.
the best witness protection program.
The megaphone is kind of.
I mean,
It is pitch dark in there. They won't see
Scrap.
me. So
Scrap's blowing up Lacey's employment space. Not so great.
Hey, I mean,
conversations.
that's
I think our fight blew it up first.
He didn't have to go snitch to the press.
Can I just say that after that scene, I was like, what does Scraps remind me of? And I was like, oh, he reminds me of that monster from Monsters, Inc. Picked me up and shook me around like a dog. I was like, that's Scraps.
I'm gonna go watch that now. Thank you.
Yeah. So anyway, thank you so much again for tuning in tonight, guys. Definitely catch us here next Friday as usual. We will be seeing you soon.
Next time.
It's the mid-season cliffhanger. That's right. I've been reminded. So we will be back. Yeah. This is the
Yeah.
That's right.
Yep.
Oh, snap.
This is episode
We are
6.
halfway through the season.
Oh, Campbell.
wow.
No.
I know.
You done, Campbell?
I'm gonna.
This is
This is a major Campbell.
Yes, the major cliffhanger. So we're going to be, we're going to go off in D&D in a castle and then 2 conventions. So we'll be back in about 4 weeks, unfortunately. So please hang in. But we will be, I would say, stay tuned to GNS programming, because if you want to hang out with your fellow Superpunks and watch some of our old stuff, you might pop in and see us in chat, because you'll be seeing some of the older episodes of Callisto 6 making an appearance. So yeah, it's a good opportunity to catch up. Yeah. So definitely stay tuned for Vampire, and we will catch you guys in a little spell from now. Until then, everybody, thank you so much, and stay whimsical.